Oh shit. Here we go again.
Here we go again. Welcome to the wayback, throwback, kickback. And guess who's back?
We're back. We are back. Yeah. Yes, we're back.
Yeah, we're here now.
Tony and Jordan.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Tony, you finally got the back brace off?
I did.
Yeah, you got hit by a city bus, didn't you?
Yep. No money.
No money?
No money.
They said it was your fault because you're blind?
Yep, that's what it was.
You're known better.
Ironically, so was the bus driver, so it was just no one's at fault.
You wouldn't do that
blind
to
on
him.
blind crime.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
know.
They say it's white people, but it's really
That's usually how we just meet each other. It's like, what happened? We just bumped into each other. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So broken back club now.
Broken back club. That's right. Yeah, I admire Jordan so much. I said I should break my back.
Yeah. So
Jordan?
that was
You're
a good.
back?
Yeah, I'm also back. Yeah, I brought Tony back, so of course
Oh,
I'm
okay.
back.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
He's my emergency contact.
Yeah. Exactly.
But not for all. In all seriousness, you guys were in Austin, Texas, right? Killing
sure
all the
were.
lights out there.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was interesting. It was good in the end. It took some while to figure out.
Yeah.
Glad we were there for like, I think
As long as we
for
were,
11
yeah.
days. Yeah, because it was like, yeah, you go to the mics and like nobody likes you. It's like, dude, you would have fucking killed people, Vizzy. The gatekeeping was real.
Dude.
We showed up to a mic like at sign up time and the list was already full in the same handwriting. So it was just already full.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it
Sounds like Jen's mic.
Oh, a lot of Jews in Austin. Yeah, no, it was very frustrating because you go on so late. The first night we did a mic where we got on stage at 1:45 in the morning. So yeah, that was
It's like Mr. Heads back in the
How
day.
many people in the crowd?
Well, they started with 40, and then certain comedians literally told the crowd to leave. Like, fuck you, get out of here.
Dude,
It's
they
like,
were legit trying to
Really?
walk
Yeah.
audiences. It was crazy.
Yeah, there's some wild
Ooh,
shit. Some
man.
characters. Everybody's trying to be bold. But yeah, we started to figure out. We found some good mics kind of like out of town.
Oh yeah, outside of Austin proper, comedy's amazing.
Yeah, and we did well at those, and then we ended up getting a show at the end, so that was good.
Nice. How did the Kill Tony situation go now?
What a waste of time, dude.
But I would never do it. The guys do
Yeah.
that every week. So you got to get there about an hour ahead of time to sign up. You wait in line for an hour, 300 sweaty dudes. Blah, blah, blah. You sign up. And then you have to stay there for 3.5 hours because they pick throughout the show. They could pick them all at once, right? But they want you to stay there and drink. So you're there for 5 fucking hours.
Yeah, dude.
And the percentage chance of getting on is about 2%.
It's kind of like being at Disneyland.
So you guys didn't get honest.
No, we did not get
No.
on. No.
It's like waiting in line at Disneyland knowing that the ride's going to break down soon if you're not going to get a chance to ride it.
That happened to me actually. The Indiana Jones
broke
Happened to you?
It broke down before you got
Right,
Before,
right.
yes. So
Okay,
I was
all
waiting
right,
in line
all
for
right.
like an hour and a half, and then right when we got to the start, it was like, oh, the ride's shut down.
They just saw you,
Yeah,
like,
they
they
took one
just
look.
saw you and they're like, you
It's
can't
broken,
get
it's
on
broken,
this
it's broken, it's broken.
Uh,
No, yeah, it was nuts. And then at the end, they're like, all right, that's the end of the show. You guys can come buy some merch, though.
Right, yeah, dude, all right, that's the show.
like, yeah, I
Don't
wanna-
forget to pick up merch on your way out. I'm like,
I
I'm
want to
not
buy
buying.
a $50 t-shirt
Yeah.
after waiting here. And there's so many fucking, like, hack comedians. They have their laptops, and they're like,
Dude, it's
they're
like-
timing their set. Like, it's 1 minute. You don't have a minute? You don't have a minute? They're typing up their minute in the fucking...
It was like old school Starbucks. Like, will you watch me write my shit?
Yeah, exactly. So that was weird. It's like a cattle call, basically. They know they have the power, and anyway,
so some of it was good, some of it was shitty.
Yeah,
As
it's
you
like
would
every other
expect.
mic. Yeah, it's like every other scene.
a lot of douchebags you can't tolerate. Ali Musa was a big fucking assist on
Dude,
everything.
thank God for
Oh,
Musa.
nice. Shout out to
yeah.
Musa then.
Happy to be back. Happy to be back.
Happy
on
to
the
be
Yes,
back on the
absolutely.
kickback, man. I was already having Tony and Jordan withdrawals.
Oh no, what's that look like? Do you shake, sweat?
Shake.
He does that regularly, but
You stop
I'm
shaking
always
and
sweating.
sweating. It's like my heart rate is 60 beats a minute.
Yeah,
This is-
it's,
what the fuck is going on?
Where's Tony and Jordan?
Cravings.
Yeah, I'm not aggravated. No, yeah. So
Busy was looking for other Canadians to talk to.
yeah, too many Canadians in Austin
Yeah,
too.
there,
Fuck.
there was like a cyclist guy
Oh no.
that I was talking to.
Do you beat him up?
No, he beat me up. They're very fit for
Yeah,
some.
yeah. You gotta watch
I'm
it.
flexible. What's with the stretching?
I know.
What's
What's with the stretching?
What's with the stretching? Yeah, dude. The ones you gotta watch out with are the hand cyclists.
Which
dude.
out
They're,
for?
They're fucking yoked, dude, because they pedal with their hand. Dude, I wouldn't wanna. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Well,
We have a fabulous guest.
yeah,
This
an
should be-
amazing
I
He
think
guest.
might
looking-
offer to suck your wiener. I don't know.
Edrn Nault.
Eden Nault's in the building. He's on the yacht.
He's out here
On the yacht.
He's on the yacht.
on the yacht.
Okay.
SS Heart Club. And then we have a special musical guest that does the runs Eyez On The Prize, Rhymster. Shout out to him. He runs a show. Yeah, so usually we stick to local artists, but since he comes down to Tucson bi-monthly to run a show for the entire local music scene, I felt like it would be a special treat to have him on the show since he does a lot for Tucson. And, you know, his favorite place to do this show is Tucson. He does it all over, like Milwaukee, New Orleans, Chicago, New York. So he gives a lot of opportunities to these local artists, and he's out here doing things for the community. So
let me say, I always do research on the musical guest, and my opinion is he's going to be fire.
Fire. There's. I was waiting for that. All right. Yes.
Yeah, he was fire.
Let's watch some clips.
Let's watch some clips.
Comedy.
Yeah, the open mic, you know, raw, natural, and uncut. So if we're unfunny, that's not our fault. Going straight into that. All right, man. That was it. Good stuff.
Excellent.
From the music box shop, right?
Passive-aggressive sex lately. People like to have very aggressive sex. I have passive-aggressive sex. That's where you're fucking them and they're like, come for me. And you're like, why not? I already do everything else for you. I'm gonna come. You gotta come up with some new fetishes. That's where the new money is, you know what I mean? Because nobody wanted to see anyone get fucked by a squid until somebody drew a picture of Sailor Moon getting fucked by a squid, and they created the market for it. Like, I'm gonna do elbow fetish porn. That's where you're fucking someone, you're like, get a load of this guy, and then he gets a load from that guy, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get into adult baby diaper porn. That's some shit. I can't judge anybody, but goddamn, dude. Somewhere there's a confused custodian at Best Buy trying to figure out why the changing station keeps snapping off the wall. He tells them not to sex their babies and stuff. By the way, if you're typing in more than one category when you're looking at porn, you need to cool it. Get an interracial porn or a gangbang porn, you don't need an interracial gangbang porn. An interracial gangbang porn, that's fucking scary. That's like watching the Blue Man Group, dude. They're playing that twink like a PVC pipe on there. It's crazy. Get hard right now. Knock the rust off this pussy shovel and just start digging, you know what I mean, boys? I love heterosexuality, isn't it great? I'm gonna fucking need a bigger wallet for all the pussy I'm gonna get. I might even have to open me an account somewhere or something, bro. I think listening to straight guys is like, I think that you're all low-key like a little bit gay, because like I've eaten pussy before, and the clitoris it's literally right fucking there. You don't need to look for it, you're just digging around in the thigh looking for a dick is probably what you're doing. And I defy you to, like if you were to walk in on me jerking off, like, God help you, you know what I mean? And first of all, the smell hits you, right when you get in there, and then you see the duck suit and the car battery, and there's too many questions, you know what I mean?
The other night, I was thinking about Barney. You know, the big purple dinosaur? Okay, and I was like, is he a demon? Because I'm pretty sure he's a demon. Hear me out. The first line of that song was, he's a dinosaur from your imagination. Red flag number one. The next verse says that he has friends big and small from a lot of places, right? Dimensions, realms, like, it's just screaming demon to me, and I'm freaking the fuck out, so I'm aggressively petting my cat so I can calm down. And I'm just like, all right, let's keep reading. And then the next verse says that he'll teach you things and how to play pretend. At this point, I'm freaking the fuck out. Like, I'm choking my cat. I don't even know what to do anymore. I'm in a full fucking panic, all right? And then I try to tie it all together. And I read the end of this fucking lyric, right? And it says that you can too summon this fucking dinosaur if you imagine it really, really well. Can you believe this shit? He's not a demon. He's like a tulpa. I don't know. I spent like 2 weeks researching shit. And apparently it's some Indian bullshit. I don't know. Whatever. Shut the fuck up, man. You think you're smarter than me? I read about Indian culture to come up with this fucking joke. And you're gonna come up here and tell me what to do? Who the fuck do you think you are? Huh? Take your shirt off. Oh man, I'm gonna go fuck up my cat now because of you. And it's not gonna be pretty. I'm out of here. I'm busy thinking of it.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Here we go again. You just saw our sets.
It's the bareback fuck pack. Throwback, fudge back.
That'd be sick if it was the bareback kickback, right?
Yeah,
We're all
bareback
just
kickback.
with our shirts off, chilling.
Gonna go sleep on the floor sack.
Well, welcome to the Kickback, Edrn Nault.
Conversation where everybody's facing the same direction. Did you know that?
Not for me.
No, we gotta face sort of each other,
Yeah.
in a way. But Tony doesn't matter, you know.
Yeah.
He's always just looking off in the distance.
You could
He's
turn me
very
around, it
mysterious.
wouldn't make a difference.
It'll make a difference
I
for
was
us.
just telling him, we went into QT and I was like, yo, dude, you don't know how fortunate you are to miss some of the things that I have to see walking. Because there was like this big fat couple
Yeah.
and they were like fucking wearing tie-dye and they had fanny packs and they were like sitting there giggling with each other looking at Skittles and shit. And I was like, you're so lucky you don't have to see that shit.
You can smell it.
Or you don't have to see Eden when he walks into QT
Man, I look
and puts
good.
Skittles in his pocket.
I look good. Man, I ain't stealing Skittles.
I'm genuinely okay walking with Eden anywhere. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I'm cool, man.
Oh, he's
I
a
got
cool
the
guy.
rabbit ears. I'm wascally.
I saw the rabbit ears. You should have saved that for our Easter/420 episode. As you
He's
know,
got other ears.
Easter's on 420
Oh, is it?
this year. Yeah.
That's two things I don't care to celebrate.
Well.
Fit my 5 and my 6 o'clock all in my 7. That's cool. I'll ignore that the same day.
Well, Tony.
What do you
celebrate
celebrate? Huh? What do you celebrate?
Arbor Day.
What does that
Celebrate
look
the
like?
first half of Black History Month.
The first half.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You
Who
know.
has the time?
Well, we're about there right now. So. Well, you're a local Tucson comic, right? But you've been everywhere else.
I've been around. Yeah, but I live here right now.
Nice. I didn't know you were a comic because when I started, you were away, and then you came back, and I was like hearing you like talk to other people, mingle with them. I'm like, this guy's fucking hilarious. I wonder if he's a comic.
Arguably one of the funniest people
Yeah.
I know.
Then he went on stage and he fucking killed
Murder,
this
yeah.
set, and I was like, oh my god, this guy is amazing. And I was trying to find like excuses to talk to him and stuff, but
You just told me you had some drugs.
Right?
yeah. And then I think I mentioned you to someone, and they were like, yeah, he's fucking amazing. You just can't hold him in one place. And I was like, oh, damn it. That's
See, that's
the whole point of the show. That's
see, I almost feel like I should just like accept and not like resist this lore that surrounds me. But I'm like almost never high when you see me, and I usually
don't think
show
it's
up.
the
and,
drugs.
Like, I show up and crush at shows. I don't bring any problems. Like my life is a disaster, but that's my life.
Dude, I felt so bad at the box when you got kicked out. I was like, what the f-?
you got kicked out.
It was like his first week back.
Dude.
Yeah, I got kicked out because I guess 4 years ago.
I don't remember any of it.
I upset the bartender by saying something. I don't know. She doesn't remember, so it was probably nothing. And people tell abortion and Holocaust jokes there all the time without it being a fucking problem. And I just came in. I was going to do the mic. I was like, she probably won't remember. It's been 4 years. I'm not going to cause any problems. And she's like, he's got to go because he brought in all those crackheads. And I just happened to be there, and there were also crackheads. So she attributed that to me.
Dude, she didn't even kick him out. She made me kick him out.
Yeah.
See, the box is like that because we have a reoccurring guest here, Willie Maine, Billy Maine, Young Black.
That's right. They thought
And
he was half
got-
us.
He got kicked out of the music box because they thought he was half bus.
That's a true story. I
And he
remember
was trying
that.
to say, I'm not, that's not me. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is hilarious. And Half Buzz got kicked out because he fell asleep in the women's bathroom.
That's very true, yes.
I mean, it's one thing to go in there, but I mean, keep it together. He's just in there like, oh, sell drugs. Half Bus is fucking awesome, dude. The first time that I saw him do a set, he was like up there, and I was like, take your shirt off, and he fucking took it off.
Now he does it every time.
Yeah,
Thanks for that. Actually, he didn't. That's part of his set now.
I'm retarded.
He's straight off the hat. Touch yourself.
Yeah, dude. I would do his. I would just like doing laundry and be like, I sell drugs.
I remember one time we were at House of Bards, and he dropped a shit ton of money on the ground. I'm like, hey, Half Bus, he dropped some money. He goes, I'll make it back.
Hell yeah. Dude, you know, Half Buzz is actually like one of the first like co-creators of the Kickback.
That's true, yeah.
He was here first. It was kind of his whole thing between me and him, and then he took off. But he'll be back around. We talk almost every day, so shout out to Half Buzz. Can't wait for him to come back.
Yeah, when's he coming back, do you know?
No.
Still.
He's doing great in Harrisburg, actually. He actually went to New York and did a show, and then he got kicked out of all of the comedy clubs in Harrisburg. And so him and his buddy started, because they both got kicked out, him and his buddy started doing this new thing called home invasion comedy, where they put on shows at other people's houses.
That's pretty good.
That's before they take everything.
Thing. That is a trademark. It's patent pending. You cannot use home invasion comedy.
I want to do a show where we like show up at people's houses suddenly, and then we just knock on the door and start insulting them. It's called Roast Mates.
Roast Mates.
That's hot takes and hot takeout. Yeah.
Of course you would order this food, you fat.
And then while you distract them from the front, me and Jordan go through the back and do some home invasion comedy.
Dude, I always said, like, dude, Half Bus, you don't realize certain things because I've been around long enough to know certain things. He's got the longevity, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because he's gonna because when he goes to see open mic comedy, he sits right up in the front and
Right.
he laughs his fucking ass off.
Yes, he
Yeah,
does.
he supports
He's
everyone.
dying. And everybody else who does comedy, after a couple of years, they're sitting there like, God damn this shit. So he's gonna love it and keep loving it, and he's gonna keep showing up. And a lot of people are gonna fall off just from fucking sheer boredom or like just becoming jaded. But he's gonna fucking love every second of it. And if he's getting kicked out everywhere and moving to a new place to go and do it, yeah, man, he's gonna get, because he was already funny. He's out of his fucking mind. He just needs to learn to like dial it in.
And he definitely did.
Yeah, I know. When's he gonna learn? Someone's just gotta tell him like, hey, why don't you just do that only in this area?
No, it's gotten to that point so a few times. Like when we first started the show, it was a lot of like unorganized, unusable stuff, and then he got Tony really high, so Tony wasn't talking at all. The time. And then slowly, like he was like asking questions and stuff and like interacting, and I was like, hell yeah, like he's pretty funny.
He makes piercing eye contact with me every time I see him.
Yeah, with everyone.
Yeah. I mean,
so shout out to Half Buzz. Thank you, Half Buzz. He's a founding father.
Yeah, he calls me the yard dog. So that's the yard dog right there.
But you talked about being in the scene for a while. I know you're also one of the founding fathers of the Tucson scene. By that I mean people that started about, I don't know, anywhere from 8 and beyond, 8 years ago, and are still here. Do you consider yourself a founding father of the Tucson scene?
I mean, yeah, I always end up coming back here, so, like, I don't know, I'm a Tucson guy, I guess. But it's not always voluntarily, but this last time I've enjoyed being back.
Nice. So you've wanted to escape Tucson, but something keeps bringing you back.
Yeah, but I like Tucson. There's a lot of things to like about Tucson, especially when you kind of become, like, jaded about comedy in general. Like, it's all right here. It's all right, you know?
Yeah, because this is the one scene where no one tries too hard. Everybody's so nonchalant. Yet they like play it off, you know. They play off nonchalant, yet they're super like fragile about their comedy.
Or they're just deluded and they think that dude, that's why I'm telling you, Wacko the Clown is the spokesperson for Tucson comedy.
He's the Tucson mascot.
he's the only one everyone remembers.
He's dropped out of he got kicked out of clown school, right? And he still puts on the makeup every single day and shows up at the open mic every single fucking day he does it. And all of us do that. Like, all of us think that we're going somewhere that we're not, but, like, the determination and the will to keep showing up doing that, there's something inspiring about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've been canceled in 4 cities, and I'm back here every time. There will always be a place for me.
Yeah, that's true. Because if I went last at Labs for like 2 years straight, I would call it quits.
Yeah.
There's no way that I'd keep coming
That was
back.
me for like a year and a half.
Yeah,
2
he
years,
used to put me last all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's because it's like a crap. Like if I bomb, it's a fucking disaster.
But I feel like the way that you do comedy is very like how would I say it? It's low key, very structured, and you know what it takes to make a premise funny. So even if it's a weird premise, you still know like the structure of like, okay, set up, punchline, set up, punchline.
Yeah, I mean, I've always like the fundamentals. I've always thought that like Tucson's lacking in people who are like passing down the like, yeah, no, it's cool, you're funny, but like this is what a joke actually looks like. You know what I mean? This is the shit.
Yeah.
And like some people, they kind of just suss it out from being fans of it, but some people, it's like your rule of 3. You don't have to do it every single time, but it's good to know that it's there, and like it's good to like know just the fundamentals, you know. And I've gotten more into that lately. Like the last like 2 years, I was like, I want to be like fucking Dangerfield. Like I want to like just whack.
You know what it's
whack,
like
whack,
being
whack.
born inside of a truck. Yeah.
Well,
Mind Freak. That's what I was gonna say. Hypno porn. Mind Freak. There we go. Sorry.
well, did you start off like going to a class? How did you come about comedy? How did you discover it?
I just started going to an open mic in Seattle. Like I fucking was on cocaine all the time. No, well, I mean, I always wanted to try it, and then there was like an open mic right up the street, and I went and watched a couple of times, and I was like, Hans Kim and I started in the same city at the same week. I've known him the whole time I've been doing stand-up.
Oh, shout out.
You brought him over to the house one time. We had the house party. I was like,
he has me open for him whenever we're in the same
fucking
city.
A, right on.
And
Yeah.
he did a podcast with me.
What's the name of it? We all want to watch it.
Dude, no, I'm not even gonna tell you what happened, but like if you listen to it, it's pretty fucked up. He begged me, and he was relentless about it, by the way. But if you listen to it, it's kind of fucked up. But anyways, yeah, I lived in a fucking studio apartment that was a basement apartment that I worked on the grounds as a landscaper in lieu of rent. So I lived there for free. I'm
Nice.
6'2", the apartment was fucking 5'8". And I used to say on stage, like, yeah, if I wanted to hang myself, I'd have to move.
That's the only reason he's here. Well, thank God for that short apartment.
Yeah. So, yeah, I started doing it there, and I started getting paid a little bit, not too long after that, but not much. And then I moved to Portland for a little while after a couple of years. And then after like a year there, I moved back to Seattle and kind of like kept a little trajectory going, went all the way up and then back down, and then ended up moving out here. I lived in Phoenix for a while, went to North Carolina for a year, came back here again, and then went to San Antonio for like 3 years, and now I'm back.
That sounds exciting. Are you in the up right now? Are you in the down? Are you in the mid? Where do you feel like you are right now?
Comedically, I think I'm better on stage than I've ever been. I think that my career and like the trajectory of success peaked a long time ago, and like I'm kind of like always gonna be kind of married to Tucson. So now I'm just looking for my flowers. I'm funnier than everyone here, and I want everyone to know it, and I want everyone to treat me as such.
Well, yeah, I mean that's debatable, but I'm just kidding.
Debate it right now.
No,
Who's,
you know
who's
what?
funnier than Edrn Nault?
Then you?
Yeah.
Oh, me.
No.
I'm always gonna say that though, but I don't know, man. I think you're very funny. I really like the stuff that you do. I do want to see a lot of more of you. I've only seen you at the open mics. I've never seen you do like 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. How much time do you feel like you have? Like an hour?
Everybody thinks that they have more time than they do, especially now that I've been trying to like tighten it up. Like I've been trying to get to the place, like I said, I want to be like Dangerfield. I saw him doing like Johnny Carson, and he'll sit on, like normally Johnny Carson's like feeding people lines so that they can get the jokes in, and on Dangerfield is fucking smoking every time, just like fucking blowing him out of the water. He's like, I don't need you. You can just sit there. And do this.
Nice.
And I want to be like that, just bow, 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 bow.
That fuck him up.
And I used to like meander a little bit more, or I'd be like long premises, or I'd be a lot more like expressive, or just like speaking my mind, or getting whatever about it. But like the last year or two, is like, no, I want to be like tight. Every single fucking 7 seconds, there's like a hard laugh. So I probably could do a fucking killer half hour that I was happy with. But I mean, I've got a lot of material from over the years. I always forget.
How long has it been now? Do you know?
Something like 12 years. You could ask Hans Kim because we started
It's been
around
a
the same.
while.
Because for a while I was saying 10 years, and then Tony hit 10 years, and I was like, have I been just saying 10 years for like 3 years now?
I don't know. I don't know. I started when I was 24. That's all I know. That's how I keep track.
Yeah, it's all been a blur. I've been in and out of different binges throughout it and shit. And then there's also like 6-month periods where I didn't do it at all. So like it's an accumulative thing.
Well, with all that being said, I doubt that you're gonna know the answer to my next question. Do you remember your first joke, like the first thing you wrote or said?
Yeah, the first thing I said on stage was, I've been confused and depressed. I accidentally shaved myself while I was cutting. And it fucking murdered.
Yeah, that kills easily.
The host was like, that's fucking funny. I was dressed really emo at the time, too. So the first set I had was pretty good, and then the second set I had was fucking real bad. Yeah.
Yeah, my second set, I was fucking drunk on my ass, and I don't remember. I just remember slurring and then kicking me out of. They kicked me out of the room. I was like, okay,
you need to get out of here.
Yeah. What was that joke you had? Was it emo night?
Oh yeah, I was talking about how I tried to kill myself before emo night one night, and you can still see there's a scar right here on my wrist, and I had like this huge gash, and I had like bandaged it up, and then we went to emo night the next night, and they wanted to stamp the inside of my wrist. So to break the tension, I was like, I think you'll find everything's in order.
They're like, oh, you're good, sir. You can come here. That's hilarious, man. I feel like you make fun of like your own adventures, as I want to call them. I don't want to call them anything bad because it seems that like you're the person that's able to get a kick out of like the shit that happens in life instead of getting all fucking downer about it. I feel like you've learned to have humor with it instead.
I think that
were you forced to have humor, or you think that you?
I don't know exactly how it developed. Probably, I don't know, but I think there's something to be said. If I were on the outside looking in, I think it would feel like having had a lot of shit go wrong, I get a little bit more license with things that I can say and have it be acceptable, maybe. But I'm not sure. Some people would say I say things that are not acceptable, but I think that's how I get away with a little bit more than some people. Is like, oh yeah, but Eden's going through it like almost all the time, so it's okay.
Yeah, because I thought about doing that. Like I went to one of these woke mics, and they gave me a list of all the things that I couldn't talk about.
Was that the Phoenix one?
Yeah, and then I saw that you can talk about anything as long as it's your own experience. So I was like, oh, perfect. Now I just have to go through everything that I want to talk about and just put myself through it, and now I can talk about it.
You've never been locked up?
No, I haven't. I've been close. I've been in cuffs in the back of a car. About to go down there a handful of times. I've been
You've never even just like done an overnighter?
No, I was in holding cell for a few hours once in San Antonio when they impounded my truck because they found a bottle of aspirin in my truck and they wanted to test it for narcotics. So they took me down, they put me in a holding cell, and literally impounded my fucking truck, told me because it had temporary tags from Arizona, I couldn't get it back, and I also couldn't get my shit out of it. So they fucking took me down, put me in a holding cell, didn't even have the decency to arrest me. They were just like, okay, well, you can't get your truck back. Here's your bottle of aspirin. And then sent me walking down the road in San Antonio, hundreds of miles from anyone I knew in any direction with nothing but the clothes on my back and a bottle of aspirin.
And once you left, they were like, this is an Advil town.
Yeah. I think what they do there is they just like fuck you over. And they're like, all right, just keep
an eye on him. Because it was aspirin.
It's
it's not even enough to like take the bottle and call it a night. So...
There's a lot of bridges in San Antonio. That's the great thing about Tucson is like if you ever wanted to kill yourself, dude, you go down to the bus stop, spend $8, and then just pop those motherfuckers. Your lights out, dude. It would be easy here. They don't have fentanyl like they do here in Texas. That's maybe the only positive thing I felt while I was in Texas is that there's not a fucking opioid crisis quite as bad.
It's true. It's sad out here in Tucson. We do want to get to the bottom of that.
And here's the thing: is like to judge anyone who's addicted, it's like you don't realize there before the grace of God go by that it could happen to anybody.
Right.
Like you could be addicted to fentanyl right now. You're lucky you're not.
Most people, I feel like 80% of humans are addicted to something. It might not be hard drugs, but it's something.
Yeah.
So like, I don't feel like there's space for anyone to judge. Well, we're getting to about that time where. We ask you this very important question. I'm sure you got like a million stories, but we need the one, or the most interesting, maybe even. I'm sure you got the most. Tony, you ready? You want to ask him, Tony?
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Okay.
What is your most embarrassing story that you would like to share with us?
Most embarrassing story? I'm not sure. Let me think about that for a second.
Rather than being here. But
I was gonna say something to that effect, and then I was like, that's probably something that everyone says the first time.
No.
Yeah.
Everybody does say one thing, but it's yeah, it's been changing.
There's a time at Laughs that I decided to just stop talking on stage. Oh yeah, it was like the crowd was being unruly, and then for whatever reason I decided like, hey, fuck it, I'm just gonna run out my time and stand here. And I was like 2 minutes just standing there quietly, and then I heard Casey, the owner of the club, from the back of the room go, "Come on, Eden." And it took me a while to get back into heavy guest rotation and host rotation after that. But yeah, I don't know. There were some people. So like, in my defense, that same weekend, somebody who I'd never met before called the fucking club and said that I was really, really good. And like, that was the only time that that's ever happened. And there were some people who did think it was funny.
I think that would be funny, actually.
But to hear the club owner from the back go, "Come on, Eden."
Can I tell you one of my favorite things I saw you at Laughs is when you and Simon were trying to talk to each other, but neither of you were listening to each other. It's the funniest. It's because he always comes up and gives you these prepared statements. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep fucking saying the same thing over and over again and see if it's gonna throw him off at all. So he was talking. He's like, I was on this show. It was way before your time. I was on this, and then Ian's just like, you ever measure your dick like a carpet?
Yeah. No, dog, my dick smells like a fucking rug. Dude. Yeah, my dick smells like a fucking rug.
And
dude.
Simon's just like, oh yeah, but I was on this show. But they're just
like you didn't care what you were saying.
I gotta take my dick down to the creek, hit it with a broom for a little while.
Oh, that's very funny. Anyway, I used to be a swimmer.
I gotta take my dick down. I gotta get my dick down to the doctor. The rug doctor.
It's out of your side. That was a good reenactment.
Boots off on my dick.
I'll never forget. I remember looking around to see if anyone else was witnessing this greatness that no one else would understand. It was so fucking funny to watch Simon and Eden talk to each other and no one listened to each other. It was so fucking good. Rest in peace, Simon.
Do you remember when that night that you just went up and did his bit?
Yes.
And then he followed you?
Yeah. Oh, I see. No,
Yeah,
I have a video of Tony doing his bit.
He went up right before Simon. This was like a little bit before he died. Too.
Yeah.
And just did verbatim one of his bits.
So the reason I did that is because I guess Andrew Scott told Casey that I have a really good Simon impression. Uh-huh. And Casey called me in the sound booth. I'm like, what did I do? And he's like, I heard you do a good Simon. I'm like, yeah, it's funny. And he goes, if I put you before him, will you do all his jokes? I was like, yes, absolutely, yeah.
Simon says. And,
exactly.
And Simon handled it pretty good. He's like, I guess you're copying my jokes, so I must be a better joke writer than you. Yeah.
And then he did a new set that no one's ever heard before.
I always said it would have been so funny if he went up there and was
did my shit.
He's like, listen here, you ugly blind son of a bitch.
I really wanted him to do my set after that. I wanted to see what he was. Oh, wow, I'm blind also. Band-Aids.
I remember one time you texted me and you're like, hey, Eden, I need your help writing roast jokes. And I was like, all right, your head looks like a macadamia nut.
He just started sending me roasts about myself.
About
him. Oh, shit. Good times.
Yeah, I want to do the roast battle again. It's been a while. I'm sorry. Did I answer you? Oh, yeah, the embarrassing thing. Yeah, that one was pretty rough. I think about that one from time to time. I've more than proven that that's not a thing that I do since then. I've been consistently like coming and like not being a weirdo on stage.
I can just hear Casey. Come on, Eden.
Come on, Eden.
Come on.
And like it was seriously, he remembered that for years.
I bet. I'm sure he did, dude.
The last guest spot I got, it was because a friend of mine that I've known for like years and years from way back in Seattle was coming through. I was like, dude, let me fucking open for my friend, please. Like, let me do a guest spot on my friend's show. And he's like, I worry about you. He's like, dude, that happened so long ago, and like I come here consistently and like crush all the time, and like yeah.
And you still don't know where you get your reputation from.
No, I know where it comes from, but like that wasn't a byproduct of anything substance related or anything. It was just poor decision making on my part.
I don't think any of it has ever been. You attributed that to yourself. The whole can't hold you in one place had nothing to do with drugs.
I don't know.
It has to do with your decision making.
When I do the roast battle, people just bring up drugs and shit the whole time.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Well, yeah, it's the blind joke for me.
The same way for me, they only do fat jokes.
I love poop jokes, dude. I was arguing with like poop jokes are like they're always good.
Dude, there was one thing you said about a poop joke. Well, I don't know if you've said it all the time, but we kind of said it to each other. I don't even know if you remember this interaction. It was in the sound booth at Laughs. And I was like, shampoo. And then you were like, yeah, give me the real poo.
I said real poo for my sham friends.
I was like, oh my God, that's the most genius thing I've ever heard.
I think poop jokes are fucking great. Because
Your butt plug
it's
joke
something we all share. You know what I mean?
I don't share my poop with anyone.
Generationally, everyone's gonna somewhat understand where you're coming from with it. It's a commonplace.
You don't think we're eventually going to evolve to not poop?
No.
I don't
Not the
know.
way we
Definitely
eat.
not Mexican.
There's some people that poop only twice a week right now. So once a week
Are
or
you talking about
something.
heroin addicts?
You say once a week? That's insane.
Yeah, dude. So people on heroin.
But when they do it, they fucking do it.
Yeah.
They get in there and make it
It's
happen.
truly a sight to behold.
Yeah, dude. They're like, I don't come out much, but when I do, it's Beatlemania, man. I just fucking poop, dude.
The reason I know that is because I had a call center job again, and we had this lady that was clearly on something, and she was working there, and she had a desk full of like open packets of Imodium, and she was just taking like 5 Imodium pills at a time as she was making calls until we were like, I don't think we can allow this. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And it turns out that Imodium, if you take enough of it, it can curb the withdrawal
I did not know that.
of heroin.
Huh.
So yeah, fun fact. It's
Well, I
an
know that
educational show.
They're always constipated when they're on fucking opiates. Fucking
Yeah.
plug. That's why you see them eating ice cream cones. I can't tell you why they're always coloring in coloring books, but that's why they got the ice cream. Dude, whenever women get on opiates, they start like coloring in coloring books. It's wild. And then if
Oh
you're
my
a dude, you
God,
start
that makes
feeling-
so much sense. Right? Oh,
It's the
I'm
weirdest thing.
Is that true?
Yeah, they got like gel pens and like adult coloring books with like these spirals and crazy.
Right.
Maybe it's because like
And they have
if
crayons
you
in their
fall
purses and
asleep
shit,
in the middle
yeah.
of doing it, and you wake up, you're like, oh, I know exactly what this is. I know what I'm.
Oh, they know where they pick off where they left off. Yeah, they're just not confused somewhere in a bathroom.
Oh, yeah, Triceratops. That's right.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to like you wake up and you're riding a bicycle with a car battery under your arm and remember what the fuck you were doing.
God, I wish I had a coloring book right now.
God, whose bike is this?
But the car battery was yours? You were wondering wondering about the bike?
He's trying to put it in his new bike.
On the right clamps.
Dude, that's one of the big problems. Like one of my main complaints about Tucson is motherfuckers who like steal bicycles and then they talk like they're Tony Montana or some shit. Yeah, I be out here doing motherfuckers dirty. It's like you steal children's toys. Give me a fucking break, dude.
I've never met a person like that.
Motherfucker, I'm the real
I
deal.
feel disappointed.
I just shoplifted these Funyuns from CVS.
They call me Dirty Dog.
Yeah. I'm in the cartel. It's like you just came up in broad daylight and told us that at a picnic bench right now.
if you're that
10 speeds, motherfucker.
if you're that guy, we need you on the kickback immediately.
Dude, those guys are fucking everywhere, dude. Those guys are all over the place. I know 7 people named Bullet. That's their fucking. I was like, I wonder if in every major metropolis, and if you're in trouble, if someone's about to rob you or something, you'd be like, yo, dude, I know Crazy 8. You better watch it. They'd be like, oh shit, he knows Crazy 8. Just like throwing names out there.
You better watch out. Damien's around here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. A strong arm robbery is not going to be.
You think you can get away with saying you are Crazy 8?
But saying I am Crazy 8?
Don't you know I'm Crazy 8?
Yeah.
What if Crazy 8 finds out, dude?
Yeah.
Start naming board games, card games. You know Trouble? You know Go Fish? Yeah.
I feel attacked right now.
I'm Yahtzee.
Oh shit! I actually was told that I looked like I'd be good at Hungry Hippos, and they weren't trying to make a fat joke. They were being genuine, and then I was like, "Was that a fat joke?" And they got all like, "Oh no, my bad."
That's a little tiny button, though. I don't know.
Maybe they were calling me stupid the whole time. They're like, "Yeah, you look like you can press a button repeatedly."
I feel like I Spy be the way I die. I think that'll be my last words before I die. I was like, what the fuck is that?
I spy on my little eye. Crazy 8.
I remember when I was
crazy.
watching you play pool, and I was like, "Hey Tony, when you feel the cue ball there, try not to walk around it." I think that's a very clever joke because
Yes, I love it. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I think you might have been there when I used to play pool with my cane.
I did.
Do you remember? Yeah.
I kind of miss the cane. The
I do
cane's
too.
kinda cool.
I broke it. And
Are
then
you bringing back the cane anytime soon, Tony?
No, because then people will be like, "Why do you have it now?" I don't need people's fucking opinions on the fucking cane.
You'd be like, that's what
I
they
mean,
call
you
me,
can always
candy
ignore opinions. Did you know that was
because
an
I'm
option?
blind and
feel
I
like
have
you-
diabetes.
I feel like that's not.
You know what? I'm gonna put in an order for a cane like tonight. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Good old Ambitech, the good old 4-piece Ambitech,
Dude, you
top
gotta get the
notch.
sword one.
No.
Yeah.
Just be
Well, then you
careful
can't-
if
then
you
you
have
can't
it in your
collapse
back
it.
pocket because some blind guy got like harassed by police.
I remember
Well, in
that.
Arizona, you can't have a concealed weapon, so actually, it would be more legal for you to get an AR-15 and use that as a cane than it would be for you to have a sword cane.
I don't want to scratch the
Yeah.
barrel. No,
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like-
get an Ambitech again. I think I will. After tonight, I'm gonna order that shit.
I was thinking about like those things that go at the crosswalks, you know?
I have a
Those
joke
things.
about that, yeah.
What if you just were a blind person who lived near that? And like if your window's open and you're like asleep at night, every time that the thing changes, you're like, oh shit, I can walk.
You just sleepwalk?
I used to have this
Wakes
theory
you
because
up.
you know how it's the bird sounds, right? I used to have this theory like, what if a bird caught on that's for blind people, right? And then every time it was a red light, it started chirping. And the blind person
Like
gets
some
hit.
cynical
and,
crow that
yeah,
can
some
match
crow
the
just.
sound?
Yeah, he's like, that's fucked up. I don't care.
Well, he didn't. I think.
You only asked me
I
one
think
of the four
that's
questions.
that was it, man. That was enough.
We got one more segment for you.
We got. Thank you for coming on. Is what
Yeah.
I want to say first.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, ready for it, full of energy. You know, you carried the show, which a lot of guests rely on
not,
me and
yeah.
Tony to do.
I always
So,
do this with
good
podcasts. I'm
job.
like, I'm driving.
Yeah,
You're
fuck it,
driving.
dude. It was good.
And yeah, thank you for coming on. We do want you to stick around. We got one more segment. You know, we try to base the segments on people's personalities, hobbies, or things that they do. So stick
Alright.
around, man.
That's
Thanks.
wust up, fam. Shouts out
Got you.
Wacko
We're
the
out of
Clown.
here.
We're on the fudge pack, broke back.
Get back, get back.
And we'll be back.
And we will be back.
Good shit.
Recording?
All right, welcome to Finders Keepers with your special guest, Edrn Nault, host
Hey, all right. So your special segment is called Finders Keepers. It's this really cool game where we are gonna visit 3 places,
Okay.
and you're gonna decide what place you want to go to and which dumpster you want to dive into. You will have a backpack that contains 6 slots, and you'll have a small, medium, and large item at each dumpster.
This is like
And we'll
homeless
decide,
homeless guy Pokemon.
Yeah, you'll decide which one you want. You know, the small item fills up 1 slot. The medium item fills up 2 slots. The large item fills up 4 slots. So you could have a big item and a medium one, but that's it.
What's the goal of the game? To get the
The
coolest
goal
shit?
is to get the most valuable shit.
most
Because you'll sell
valuable
it and
shit.
offload it at the end.
Because I
and then
want to
we'll
get
go
as
to the next
much
one.
meth as possible.
Yeah, this
Exactly.
is the Price is Right, but with copper.
Yeah.
The big wheel spins around, every square is meth. Meth.
Yes, exactly. So whenever you're ready, we're ready for you. And
Okay, so you're gonna show me something, and I'm gonna decide which. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pick a door.
yeah, you can pick a
Okay.
door.
All right.
So I mean, we're gonna visit all 3 places, but we want to see what you want to visit first.
You need like the girl that's from the Price is Right to come over, like some hood rat chick though, you know.
Pancho.
Punch out.
Gordon?
All right, welcome to Finders Keepers with your special guest, Edrn Nault, host.
Hey, all right. So your special segment is called Finders Keepers. It's this really cool game where we are gonna visit 3 places,
Okay.
and you're gonna decide what place you want to go to and which dumpster you want to dive into. You will have a backpack that contains 6 slots, and you'll have a small, medium, and large item at each dumpster.
This is like
And you'll
homeless
decide,
homeless guy Pokemon.
Yeah, you'll decide which one you want. You know, the small item fills up 1 slot. The medium item fills up 2 slots. The large item fills up 4 slots. So you could have a big item and a medium one, but that's it.
What's the goal of the game? To get the
The
coolest
goal
shit?
is to get the most valuable shit.
most
You'll
valuable
sell it and
shit.
offload it at the end.
Because I
and then
want to
we'll
get
go
as
to the next
much
one.
meth as possible.
Yeah, this
Exactly.
is the Price is Right, but with copper.
Yeah.
The big wheel spins around. Every square is meth.
Yes, exactly. So whenever you're ready, we're ready for you. And
Okay, so you're gonna show me something, and I'm gonna decide which. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pick a door.
yeah, you can pick a
Okay.
door.
All right.
So I mean, we're gonna visit all 3 places, but we want to see what you want to visit first.
You need like the girl that's from The Price is Right to come over, like some hood rat chick though, you know.
Pancho.
Yeah.
Punch out. Dude,
All right, so you got a choice between Best Buy, Michael's, or Target. Where do you want to go first?
To dumpster dive specifically.
Yeah. You can go to all 3 eventually, but where do you want to go first?
Target keeps their dumpsters locked up, so you're not gonna
wow,
get, you're
inside
not gonna get in there.
knowledge. Let's say you have the key for the sake of the game.
Yeah, you have channel locks or something.
It's just a regular old warehouse store, you know.
Yeah, you could get a can of soup, dude, but Best Buy you might get
Best Buy throws away good shit.
some cables.
Yeah, Best Buy will throw away a whole bunch of chargers for a phone I don't have, and a whole bunch of cases. But they throw away like chargers and shit all the time. So you'd probably be better off going there. I don't know what Michael's is.
Michael's is where you
Michael's
buy
is like
fabrics
a hobby
and
store, arts and crafts store,
yeah,
Oh, okay.
like Hobby Lobby. It's
yeah,
exactly like
Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, no, I used to have an Etsy and I would sell scraps of leather and shit on there, so that would be good. But
But
first,
you're artistic. You might need some supplies.
I would do like a Hobby Lobby or Michael's if I was thinking of stuff to keep. If I was thinking of stuff to sell, I would go to the Best Buy. Target, I feel like would be a waste of time. Somebody would pull up with like.
So
a
where are you
little-
going first?
I'm gonna go probably Michael's. for
All right,
this
let's
stuff.
take a look at Michael's. What do we got at the Michael's dumpster? We got a small, medium, and large item. Remember, your backpack can only hold so much, so you got to leave some stuff behind.
You'll have wow.
All right, at Michael's, for the small item, we got a knitting kit. We got the medium item is a 5-pack of canvases with 2 missing. And then the big item is the Cat Williams Nutcracker.
It's really a choice. Here.
Definitely the Cat Williams Nutcracker.
That's 4
yeah.
slots, man.
I've already got those other 2.
You're gonna have 2 slots
Wow.
for Best Buy.
But you
and
could
Target.
paint Cat Williams Nutcracker on the canvas, dude, and save a slot.
Yeah,
saying.
but I could also paint.
That's
Cat
how you
Williams.
stay rich.
All right, we're going with the Cat Williams.
Okay,
Nutcracker.
undeniable. We're cracking some
So
nuts.
I'm guessing you want to hit Best Buy next.
Yeah.
Still got 2 slots in the backpack.
Okay.
We got a small item, the USB charger, USB-C actually. It's not a Lightning. The medium item is a ring light, and the big item, somebody threw away their old PS3 because they got the new one.
Wow.
I've got like 4 of those. That happens all the time.
PS3s.
Yeah, I've got like 4 PS3s.
People-
There's a good chip in there that I sell electronic waste to boardsort.com, so there's like a chip in there that you can throw in.
People just throw them away inside their bedrooms, and you just happen to find them
Yeah,
inside.
people throw them away on their shelves, paused.
They're still plugged in. I don't know why they're wasting it.
I got 2 slots left. I'm just gonna take the ring light. I already got some broken PS3s. And
You could shoot some videos.
All right. Well, we're all filled up. Let's just check out Target to see what you missed.
Oh no.
We had the small item was expired Flintstones gummies,
Wow.
a Monopoly with no money,
Wow.
and a box of MAGA shirts. An entire box somebody threw away. I guess they weren't selling.
Those never go
I
out of
guess they
style.
weren't selling.
I would run the MAGA shirt. Just because it would bother people, dude.
I would get the Monopoly so I could give it to Jen for Hanukkah, and
With
she
no
would
money in
lose
it.
her fucking mind.
So we chose the Nutcracker
Opiate, please.
and the ring light. Let's dump out your bag and see how much we made. So let's see. We're going to empty it out. You got the at store number 1. You got $4.20.
That's for Cat
The
Williams?
Cat Williams Nutcracker.
Dude, that's a
it.
collector's item.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's all in the sell. Dude.
I like that it's $4.20 though for him.
The
Yeah.
ring light was a cool $40.
Really? Resale
So
value?
you
Okay.
made $44.20. What can you get with $44.20?
Was that like a weed thing?
That's
Yeah.
yeah. That's 2 meals at fucking Carl's Jr. $44.20.
You can't sell my Nutcracker because it's made of wood.
I feel like for the right buy, that Nutcracker is
We got
worth-
paid out. We got an empty bag. So for the next 3 stores that we're gonna visit, we have a Spirit Halloween. This is in November though.
Yeah,
when
it
they
depends what
recently
time of year.
closed.
Yeah, okay.
An Apple store
Okay.
and the Food City. Where do you want to go first?
Spirit Halloween.
Spirit Halloween in November.
Yeah, July, it's
What
not
do
a
we
good
got?
place.
All right, we got for the small items some
Those look
vampire
real,
teeth.
dude.
None of the stuff that I would be.
Those look like someone's teeth.
Dude, one time
They're
I went to
vampire
Spirit
team.
Halloween and they had a costume that was like, it was a wig with just like crazy ass hair and it looked just like my haircut. It was called Midnight Freak.
Dude, all
We have
right.
a male cop outfit with a hole in the ass.
Okay.
And then we have a Spirit Halloween sign that's, rolled up, tucked away in the dumpster.
Yeah.
So what are you taking?
I'm taking the Tom of Finland outfit. You guys don't know what that is.
No.
Gay culture. So those drawings, those like pencil drawings of like men on like motorcycles, big muscly men and shit. That's like it's like a guy from Finland. You couldn't put out anything that was blatantly homoerotic, so he would make these things that's just like here's these drawings of like cool guys, everyone, but it was like gay porn. Yeah, the
Okay.
Tom of Finland thing.
So that the Tom Finland thing, it fills up 2 slots. We got 4 slots left.
I think there's
Where do
only
you
one
want to go
slot.
next? Do you want to go to the Apple Store? Or do you want to go to the Food City?
There's nothing at there.
I'll go to the Apple store.
There's nothing there. I'll tell you right now.
Go get some apples, dude.
The Macintosh.
All right. What do we got at the Apple Store? We got I cannot see.
A smashed up iPad.
All right, we got a small item is the Samsung
What the
Galaxy
fuck?
S10 with the broken screen. The medium item is a box of those Apple mouses because they're useless because they charge at the bottom, so they couldn't get rid of them. Threw away a whole box of them.
This is
And,
a trick.
A display table of iPhones that beep, because they were stolen and then
You fell for
thrown in that dumpster.
the
immediately.
classic trick, dude. There's nothing of value here at all.
You could sell any Apple product.
You don't.
I feel like that mouse might be a sex toy for your kind of culture. You could put that up your butt,
No, it's too proprietary.
like a Richard Gere thing. Richard Gere
Keep in
type.
mind that you
It's
don't
only
have to.
compatible with-
You don't have to grab anything. We can go
I'll
straight to
I
the
would
Food
take the
City.
broken phone because I sell those. You can sell those at those kiosks.
Oh, okay.
Those cell phone kiosks, dude. Those things are fucking whores, dude. They'll take any
So,
phone.
We filled up 3 slots.
Okay.
We got the small item. We got the broken phone. We're headed off to the Food City.
Oh wow.
And people don't know that Food City is for Mexicans. Like if they come from somewhere where food cities don't exist or never been in one.
I
but
used
it's
to just
because-
shop there.
Well,
when I was
they
little.
just pronounce it wrong. It's Food City. That's how you pronounce it. All right, we're at Food City. We got the small items: a broken San Jude candle, a pinata,
Sacrilege.
and a pallet of Coke. A pallet of Coca-Cola because
it
they can't
Mexican
sell it
Coke?
anymore because Mexican people are boycotting Coca-Cola.
For what reason?
Because Coca-Cola gave a special inauguration Coca-Cola to President Trump.
You
And
guys
they
all
got
voted
rid of
for him.
DEI.
Even the glass bottle ones.
Didn't the Latinos all vote for Trump? What is this? What is going on here?
I would say Chicanos are boycotting Coca-Cola.
Oh, a huge group of people. We
Actual
need to-
Mexicans love Trump.
Yeah. So I think you could sell that Coke to Republicans,
You
It's
could
a
sell it
pallet
on the
of
side
Coke.
of the freeway if you wanted to.
or you could just drink it.
Yeah, you could just drink.
You're gonna go with the Coca-Cola, you racist fuck?
Probably. And what
You
are the,
racist.
What do you need a fucking pinata for?
If you get Coke,
oh,
drinking, selling, and possessing Coca-Cola is like having a swastika in this day
Yeah.
and age because of recent events. Where have you guys been under a fucking
what are
rock
they
in
gonna
the
have?
last 2 weeks?
Are y'all gonna have propels at the fucking food carts now?
Pepsi, motherfucker.
fucking RC Cola.
I don't even like Coke like that, but I'm gonna start drinking it again.
I don't. I like Pepsi way better. I liked Pepsi before
What a
this whole thing.
boneheaded way to protest something.
Just to stop drinking it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
man, I ain't thirsty no more. It's retarded. It makes absolutely no fucking
All
sense.
right, bring the items back
Donald
up.
Trump is like, your Coke sales are really dipping. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, he's really worried about the Chicano. Yeah, the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah,
of-
that's nonsense.
So you're
Wow.
taking the pallet of Coke.
Yeah, definitely. That's
Technically, it doesn't fit in your bag,
Is the
but since it's
pinata
the
full?
last item, the pinata is not full.
you didn't tell me I had a forklift.
No. It's only 4 slots in this magical
You got to
backpack.
take them one by
It's
one.
kind of like the Dora the Explorer backpack
Okay.
or the Mousetool. Well, we're tallying up the results. Here we go. We got the store number 4. The cop out was
70
$70,
bucks?
dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's because of the whole
I
Finland
ain't
thing.
selling it. I'm going to make a lot more with it by keeping it.
All right, and then you took the phone for 25 cents. Is that usually you get more though, right? When you
Yeah.
sell it?
For the
Is
Samsung
that even worth your
Galaxy?
The
time?
broken screen.
Yeah, if I took that to the Echo ATM, I'd get like $10 for it.
Oh, you shouldn't have told me that because I got a few broken phones in my junk drawer right now.
No, Eden already took them, dude. So
And then for the pallet of Coca-Colas, you're only getting $10.
what?
Dude,
What?
if
They're
I-
boycotting them right now. They can't
Yo, dude.
sell.
But there's
them.
so many white people
I'm
to
telling
sell
you,
them
if you
to.
posted up on a freeway median and you had a spray thing for a window and a rag and a whole bunch of Coca-Cola and just a sign next to it that said $1, you could fucking clean
You would
up.
totally
Let's try
cause
it.
an
Let's do it.
accident.
Let's do it right now.
Yeah.
All right. It's
For
on
real,
the
you
10.
know, in San Antonio, people do that kind of shit all the time, dude. They would just sit on the side of the freeway
So
and
are
just
you,
sell the shit they
are
had.
you happy with your choices?
Yeah, I'm very.
You
very
made
happy.
like, what did you
I
make?
think things are finally turning around for me.
You made like $118.
Nah, dude, you gotta understand that coming on this show is rock bottom. Anybody that agrees to do this,
Down the
This
drain.
is the party house dumpster.
this is a party house dumpster. That's but we're chill about it. We're the kickback.
Yeah.
All right, we good to go.
Oh,
Your grand total is
$124.
$124.
Hell yeah.
That's a lot of money. I'm gonna start
For
going
me,
to
that's
that.
all right. I need to sell that's worth good. Dude, this
See,
ring.
so
this
I've been
ring right here.
trying-
Look at this ring.
And no free ads.
3 diamonds, 14
free
karat
ads.
gold.
This is real.
That's real.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll accept that
That's
as
dumpster
payment.
shit, dude.
But that's somebody's stolen shit that was dished at a dumpster.
Yeah, that came off of a body that was in the dumpster.
That's not my fault that it ended up in a dumpster.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean? And I get offers. There's really nothing I can do for it. I went on Facebook and like looked around for
I'm
someone who's
totally
like
cool
missing it.
with
But
dumpster diving. The only reason I don't do it is because it's hard for me to get in a dumpster.
And getting out, dude, would be
Getting
the real.
out
little
would be
grabbers.
worse.
You get little grabbers.
It's like a baby raccoon. It's trying.
Just put your arms in the little holes on the side and fucking flip it over onto your back.
Just like flick
into
it
your
over.
backpack, and then you're
Yeah.
fucking good to go, dude.
Just like a transformer. Well, since you came on the kickback and did this favor, next time you go dumpster diving, hit me up. I'll go with you.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
Because I'm interested in that because I want to start selling shit at the swap meet.
Yeah, I used to clean up at the fucking swap meet, dude. I
Yeah,
just take
bro.
a bunch of bullshit. And
Just
fucking
don't
sell it.
dive in the party house dumpster because you can't sell AIDS.
Free ass, bro.
Free ass.
This out.
That was Finders Keepers with your special guest Edrn Nault, hosted by Busy Thick and Jordan Shane, brought to you by the
Yay.
Kickback.
And then a big shout out to our priority sponsors. We have Western American Housing. They build park models. They do transport of oversized loads, mostly mobile homes. So if you're looking for that type of service, hit them up, Western American Housing. And we also have Laughs Comedy Cafe. Woo!
Yeah.
It is the only comedy club here in Tucson.
The one, the only.
Yep, they
Since the
have an
80s.
open mic every Thursday. Sign-ups at 7.
Shows at
Shows
8.
at 8.
Shows at 8. So
Shows
Laughs-
every weekend.
Also, fantastic shows every
Every
Friday
weekend,
and Saturday.
Yes. Hit us up if you want tickets. We know where it's at, so let us know.
We know a guy.
We
that
know a
can
guy
get
that
us
knows the
tickets.
guy. And then our presenting sponsor, we're going to go ahead and air that quick commercial here for Casa Cleaning. So thank you for sticking around, and we're going to come back with the music segment.
Casa Cleaning Solutions. We're excited to work with you. Bye now. Hello, my name is Karina with Casa Cleaning Solutions. We are a commercial and residential women-owned local cleaning company. If you need reliable and professional cleaning services, please consider using Casa Cleaning Solutions. To learn more about our work, please refer to our reviews on Google, Thumbtack, and Yelp, or visit casacleaningsolutions.com. Thank you for supporting local businesses.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Here we go again. Welcome to the Wayback Throwback Kickback. We got a super special guest with us tonight, all the way from Chi-Town.
Straight from the show.
Yeah,
Straight from the show.
straight from the show at
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I
Tucson.
was a little nervous. I was like, man, I hope we can actually make this episode happen because I know you were talking about like during the day. I was like,
Yeah, it was.
you wouldn't be able to see me.
It was crazy.
We would've
Rhymster?
disappeared.
You go
I'm
by
here.
Rhymster?
Yeah. But I watched you guys' episode with shout out Atari, Rhythmstar, Rhymster.
I pronounced it Rye Star when I first started
Rhymster.
looking at it. I was like,
Hey, you
Rye
know-
Star.
hey,
I mean, I like rye bread. I mean,
Shit. No, I mean, I've had that happen all the time. I love to joke about it, but Not like
Rhymster.
Rhymster. That's what it was.
Rhymster is what I called you.
Rhymster. That was my. Bro, I promise you, like, you don't know how many times when I was like on the come up, like I would tell like promoters, I'd be like, yo, this is my name, and I'd spell it out for them, and then the flyer come out, and it's just like, because obviously whoever's like typing it in, as soon as they like press enter, like their computer says something different, so their brain thinks that like they typed the Rhymster, but they like then Rhythmstar, Rim Job, whatever you want to say comes out.
Dude, I feel that because
he's like, I like that one. That's my favorite.
I thought my name is super easy. You know, Vizzy Thick. There's no science to it.
Yeah, but when I say thick, am I saying one C? Am I saying thick?
2 C's, brother.
Is that 3 C's?
It's thick.
Hey, 2 Z's, 2 C's. Oh,
yeah.
Copyright that and sue him in like 10 years.
He's double cupped up for a reason.
Busy thick, 2 Z's, 2 C's. Damn, that's your new tagline. Busy thick, 2 Z's, 2 C's.
I'm getting that tatted on my ass
That's
tomorrow.
Your brother? That's your brother?
Nah, that's my cousin.
That's your cousin? He's your brother now. It's closer, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, not yet. We'll see. We're more of acquaintances.
Damn. Hey, that's your new name in my phone. 2 Z's and 2 C's. Hey, yeah. 2 Z's and 2 C's hitting you up. Oh, that's Busy right there. Okay, I know what's going on. That's crazy.
And what's funny is he has a really low IQ. He's a ward of a state. But
damn, Joe.
That's beyond me. I'm just fucking with him.
Over here, shit.
I'm just fucking with him. He knows where he stands. Sometimes.
Damn.
He be falling over. But he's top heavy.
So you're the type to like put the knife in and you're like, haha, then he just twisted and shit. Like,
yeah, dude. And then if you put the knife in me, I'm putting 3 knives back in you.
If we put the knife in you, it's butter.
Yeah, dude. I'm like
oh shit, he's gonna roast me. Oh shit, I'm ready.
No, it's all right, man. I wouldn't do that to you.
We just turned the cameras on, folks. I had a bar. I said, what I said,
or Hugh.
I said eating Chinese. I said a Lil Wayne bar. I said eating Chinese. Only time I'm low, man.
Oh.
Lil Wayne, don't steal
sweet
that one.
and sour with that shit.
That'd be a good challenge to tell a rapper like, okay, look at a Chinese menu and I need you to make a 16 out of like every dish. So I can say the lo mein. You just said sweet and sour.
Yeah. Hold on. Is it like an actual Chinese restaurant or is it the Panda Express menu?
No, Panda Express is like the American version of like Chinese food. That's like Taco Bell is the American version of Mexican food.
I've spent my entire life saying that to people.
Anybody and
you're the first person that said it to me.
I'll even say this: what we consider real authentic Chinese food is like the most American Chinese food to like Chinese people. Like that's not really like that's American created Chinese food. Yeah, you might find that in China, but like you're not really gonna find that in China.
I used to go to this one place that would give you like a tin of this big of orange chicken, and like a bunch of fried rice for $1.50.
What? $1? Who's your favorite Tekken character? What's your favorite Chinese character?
Ah, man. I'm like an uncultured fuck, dude. If you ask me for my favorite
How
Chinese,
are you a comic and you're an uncultured fuck? Red flag on the play. I got to call flag on the play.
I'm feral. You know what feral means? I don't
Hungry?
pay attention to shit. Nah, I'm just like wild. Like I don't fuck with like all this shit. I don't really like fuck. Like the culture doesn't fit. I don't know if I'm autistic or what, but like I'll watch shit and like I'll think of my own way about it, but I won't like remember like an actress's name. Like I don't like that doesn't stick with me.
Who told you to remember her name?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like people are like, oh, that was this girl that was in this one movie, and then they were in this other movie too, and I'll be like, how the fuck?
See, people. No, I'm gonna tell people this is what you need to do. If you really rock with an actor, you don't tell me the actor's name or actress's name.
Tell them their mom's name.
That's crazy. No, I was gonna say no. Tell me the character's name that they played. I don't know the guy who played Jon Snow, but his name is Jon Snow to me in Game of Thrones. Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, I know his name. That's Tony Stark. If somebody was like, oh, look at that guy. Oh, Tony Stark? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's James Gandolfini. That's Tony Soprano. Al Pacino, for a long time to me, that was Tony Montana. That was Scarface. You know what I'm saying? Until I started. Now Denzel is different. Denzel is one of those actors that like no matter what he plays, he's always Denzel. He could play a basketball coach. He could play the dirtiest cop.
I think that's called Denzel. Bad acting, honestly.
Oh no. Let me ask you a question. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Then. Is it good acting when? Is it good acting? Is it good acting when an actor is so powerful that you know it's him every time, or is it good acting when you don't know it's him every time?
Oh, when you don't know it's him, that's the whole point.
But then I can name you a bunch of actors where it's like, do we give them respect do actors do a terrible job at acting, and then we give them credit just because?
All right, well, name them real quick.
Well, for example, Denzel. Like I could say, like, oh, Denzel he played this character, and a lot of people will do this. Oh, Denzel in Training Day. Oh, Denzel in Remember the Titans. What was his name in Training Day? What was his name in this? They give him, the actor, Denzel Washington, the credit before they give the character. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
It might be a bad thing. It doesn't show that you're versatile and dynamic.
But does that show? But does that show that your personality is that strong?
Take into account like someone like Bryan Cranston. He was
great.
He was not only
Malcolm in the Middle.
The dad in Malcolm.
Hal. Was it Hal?
So the difference between Hal and whatever the fuck the name is on Breaking Bad.
Walter White.
Walter White.
The fact that you know Hal's name before Walter White is crazy.
I don't fuck with drugs. But I even lived in New Mexico for like a couple months.
Oh, yeah, you were in it.
And that's all they ever talked about, motherfuckers. But Walter White and Hal. So the difference between those two characters are crazy. It's a crazy
comedy to drama.
Yeah. So like you wouldn't say like, oh, that's Bryan Cranston as
I actually
Walter
saw it.
White. But to answer your question, my favorite Chinese character is the guy that works at Shitty Walk from South Park. That is my favorite Chinese character.
Why are you sticking on the Chinese people? My favorite Chinese character is Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
Or
no,
Mr. Chow.
Mr. Chow.
From Hangover. Mr. Chow?
Leslie Chow? They call him Mr. Chow? See what I say, man? Like, cheers. Cheers to Mr. Chow. Leslie Chow.
Do you think you would do good on Jeopardy? But you just did good.
Yeah. I wouldn't do good with like mainstream media trivia, but if you ask me like how's a street made, I can tell you.
How a street is made?
Yeah, like random information like that is what I.
So how's a street made then?
With asphalt and trucks.
This guy's a genius.
I thought you walked into that one, but
I did.
Who's your favorite like Asian Chinese character?
See, I'm trying to think of someone that's not like one of the main guys. Like we got the Jackie Chans, you got the Bruce Lees, the Jet Lees. I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to think of like who's a klutz. Who's like a klutz? I like the little fat kid in Fresh Off the Boat. Oh, I've seen that. Fresh Off the Boat. Yeah, Eddie, and he's based off of Eddie Wong, who is a real. He's a famous chef. Ooh. He was all over Vice, all types of shit. A lot of my plays actually come from Japan.
Plays?
Yeah, plays like on a you know what a play is, right? When you play a song, it's a play.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm here all night. No, I made a project. I made a collaborated project. I made 2 of them called Jazz Cigarette. Trivia time. What's a jazz cigarette?
A jazz cigarette?
What's a jazz cigarette?
I don't know.
A jazz cigarette? Do you know? No. That's a jazz cigarette is a joint. This is a marijuana joint. Back then they had to call it jazz cigarette because it was highly illegal weed. Right. So they'd be like, I'm smoking on a jazz cigarette. So me and my homie, his name's Asthmatic, this white boy from Chicago, from the suburbs of Chicago. We made a project called Jazz Cigarette 1 and Jazz Cigarette 2, and he works with a lot of Japanese and Asian producers. So when we dropped the projects, I think the first one is sitting at like 240,000 streams. The second one's like plays 67, and then the second one's like about like 60, 70,000. But yeah, I mean, even still to this day, like, and I think the first one we got signed to a independent distribution label, and they pushed it, and they're based in Europe, so you know their market is straight Asia and Europe, and to this day, man, I'm still getting like mad fucking plays because I can see the analytics.
Where they're from, yeah.
So my thing is like, so what I started doing goes back to what we were talking about marketing. I started marketing to the cities and countries that I'm really popping in. So one of my goal this year is summertime. I'm going to Colombia. I'm doing Eyez On The Prize in Colombia with all Spanish artists.
Oh shit!
And then by the end of the year, I'm gonna be in the UK and just Europe for my own shows. But next year, I want to go to Japan and like.
I don't want to get too off topic. There's 2 things I want to say real quick. One is that I love you. You know why?
Wow. We just met. I just want everybody to know tonight was the night we met, and I just get lost in your arms tonight.
They're not all that long. They're big. But anyways, you came out here. We just jumped in it. And you're so confident in yourself. You didn't even introduce yourself. You didn't say what you do.
Oh wow! Well, you just threw me in the mix, man. Damn.
We threw you in the deep end.
Well, my name is Rhymster. That's not Rhythm Star, not Ninja Star. Rhymster. Drop the E like a bad habit. I'm Rhymster from Chicago, born and raised there my whole life. It's made me. It's engraved me. All kinds of shit, but I had to get out, no pun intended. I had to get out and just like, I don't know, show love to just, I just learned early on that like, I didn't want to fall victim to what a lot of people in Chicago fall victim to. They think Chicago is the world and they don't want to go past that. And that's why there's so, I could name you 100 talented people in my city, but guess what? They ain't never gonna go. They're never gonna go nowhere.
That's the way that you earn your spot wherever you go, and that's how you become a person that's widely loved and understood. Because I'll be real crass with you, this show is I only interview local artists, and the reason that I do that is because I love Tucson as a city. I feel like it has a lot of
all talent. That shit you were talking on the way here,
and I want to put Tucson not on the map. You know, I'm not gonna be as narcissistic.
Nah, you want to change the narrative of Tucson.
Yeah, I want everybody to see what we have to offer. I want the world to see that. You know.
Well, look, I'm telling you from firsthand experience. This is only my second experience, and I still have another show tomorrow. Amazing, incredible. Yeah. Like the energy here is unbelievable.
And the reason that you're sitting at this table today is because you took the time, even though it was one of those things that you said it wasn't like super planned, but you took the time to get to know the city, and then you came and you give opportunity to a lot of these local artists, and you really get in there in the dirt, and you're not just like looking like, all right, who has the most streams, who could prove themselves to me? Most producers from out of town do. You're in here getting to know people for who they are, putting them on a stage, and letting everybody show what they can do. And you're contributing to the local Tucson scene a lot, and I do want to thank you for that for sure.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, just this is the second event I've done so far, and I've already met like 20 plus artists. Tomorrow I'm about to meet like 15 more. I already have April dates booked, and it's just been a lot of love, and it's been a lot of like, I guess you could say like curiosity, like in the crowd today. Like I was watching like other people perform, and like I had other artists come up to me, like, you know, ask me for the Instagram, and like that only happens when like when artists are truly interested in the event. So like they're not gonna ask the event curator for their information if they think something's like lame, like it's not worth their time. And I had people come to me like, yo, when's the like I just need your information because I don't care when the next one is. Like, just let me know. Just
let me know. Yeah, you put on a good show, and you give these opportunities that I feel like a lot of people are scared to do. But then it takes someone like you to come in with that confidence and really start, like, you know, by shining who you are, you're making everyone around you shine too.
Yeah, and I also think it's like, it's a double-edged sword sometimes because, you know, you could come into a scene where someone's already doing something, and you just
but fuck them.
You know, exactly. I agree with you. I agree with you completely. But like, you may look like you're stepping on their toes, you're doing this, but like at the end of the day, you just might be better at what you do than them. And you don't have to rub that in their face. Maybe like a lot of times, like when I like go to a city, like I'll try to look for like a partnership, or I'll look for somebody to be like, be like, hey, who's doing something there that I can be like,
you can work with.
Like, hey, let me like Cruz. Like Cruz is not from here, but it's clear that Cruz has like put his foot stamp on this scene.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's like when I was seeing him do that, you know, I was like, okay, there's somebody there that I can not necessarily like go through, but like work with that will help me understand the scene more. Like I'm still like today I had some like notes of my own to him, and like he said some shit to me, and I was like, and it like something clicked in my head. I'm like, oh, because I'm still on my big city mentality of like Chicago versus like we're talking about like, okay, no, I'm in a smaller market. It's a different pace. So like what may look as like not necessarily like an insult or maybe like a shove off to me is like really not that. You know, so I gotta learn every scene that I go into, but Tucson has been like one
And
of the ones where I'm
that's
like,
a lot.
you know,
That's a problem with smaller local scenes that I feel like they have is that they're threatened by when someone comes in and is disrupting the scene or.
But why do we
comes
say
in,
disrupting? Why can't
or
it be
someone
like
comes in with a lot of
encouraging?
ideas, right? Well, people are threatened by that, and it happens to smaller scenes because they're in kind of their own bubble, so they want things to keep going the way they're going.
They don't want to change the norm.
Yeah,
of
they've
things.
been going at
But
it
then,
for
like
a
it's like you
while.
said, like okay, then we just go in a circle over and over.
Yeah, and they
again.
get threatened. So like my whole thing is like that's counterproductive. Instead, when you see somebody popping off and they're taking all the wrong avenues, like you put it in, instead of fighting against them, why don't you immediately try to collaborate? Like that's logically, it doesn't make sense. What you're doing is counterproductive.
Well, there's a quote that said, "People at the bottom compete and people at the top collaborate."
Oh,
that's like
nice.
a powerful
that
quote that
That's
I've
powerful.
that I've seen. I like to follow quotes and proverbs and all that shit, but that's one. I also like a quote that says, "Take advantage of your advantages." Whenever we say take advantage of something, people think like it's negative, but like an advantage that Tucson has is like, to me, it's like it's the diamond in the rough, where it's like, if you're an outside artist coming here, like I would already have personally like 5 points I would tell an outside artist before they come to Tucson to show respect to the city, show respect to the people. And the reason, like I said, the reason I do Eyez On The Prize is because it's easier to throw a show when I'm showing everyone love versus like, come show me love. How hard would it have been if I told everybody tonight, this show's about me, come show it for me? That room would have been decapitated by 50%.
Oh, easily, if not more.
Now tomorrow, when you see tomorrow, you're gonna see me perform. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna host, but I'm not the star. I do think of myself as a star, but I'm putting on for Tucson. I'm presenting something.
Yeah.
See, like tonight, like it's like comics. When you go up, like this is why I like Joe Rogan's Club. I don't know if you've been to the Comedy Mothership. I got blessed to go one time. I saw Theo Von, Kurt Metzger, a bunch of guys.
Theo Von's one of my
He
faves.
treated me and my homie. It was crazy. But comics go on stage and they work out their material for a month, 2 months. No cameras are on. Artists need to do that. When I come to Tucson, like today, I performed 2-3 songs today that I've never performed. Or I only did it once. Like the song what I did with Cruz, Tony Touch, never did it before. It's the first time we did it. I did a song, Put In Work. Then I did the song where I sampled Squid Games. I performed that last week in Milwaukee. This was the second time I did it. It was different reactions. It was different responses. I'm able to work out things. So I think Tucson is a city where it's like, yo, come to this city to like be vulnerable. Like I feel like I could be vulnerable in front of the city of Tucson, and I won't feel like you guys are gonna like treat me like a lame, if that makes sense. Like in Chicago, like
Well, yeah,
if
I mean,
I gotta be on point in Chicago if I hit a stage.
It's different though between music and comedy. That is what's great about the music scene here is that there's a lot of love, a little too much sometimes. Like everybody hypes up everyone, which is great.
So what would you
That
do
needs
to
be
combat that? So what's a combat? Because like I'll
a
play,
competition, which is what you're doing.
yes.
Exactly.
But here's the thing: I'm here bi-monthly. I'm not here every week. Now, what's something that you feel, whether it be in comedy or music, instead of like every time you told a bum ass joke, you're still getting the same pattern. What is something you think could happen that could be like, hey guys, let's wake the fuck up and challenge each other? Like, what do you think could happen?
In my perfect world, in my cynical mind, I would love it that, and it's kind of the case because the comedy scene is very hostile here. But like if I just say I put myself in the music scene, if I just went up and I did a song and it was kind of whack and it was kind of like tacky and like, you know, it was kind of like you could tell that I didn't work too hard on it, that I'm just putting it out there just to put it out there. I would like for someone to be like, yo, that sucked. I would like for somebody to come up to me and be like, that sucked. You need to do something better or something different with your life. That would be like the thing for me. And I think that's in my world, right? That's how I navigate and that's how I get inspired. Like, The way that I get motivated is when somebody tells me like, your ass, do something about it, or stop doing what your ass at. And that inspires me to be like, all right, thank you for that. I'll try not to be ass next time, and I'll go even harder and go even harder. But and the majority of people are not like that. The majority of people, somebody says something like that to them, they'll immediately shut down, get defensive. Which is the norm, which is how people.
Well, that's your normal
reaction.
Your normal human human instinct.
I just came up differently, you know, like I didn't, because like, for example, even with this show and with like my comedy, like my mom, I'll be all excited and tell my mom like, yeah, I'm doing this show and I got all these artists that want to collaborate and I'm doing these, like, I'm getting booked here and that. And my mom's like, that's cool. How much money have you made?
Oh, that's the worst.
And then I'm just like, none. I pay. I spend money to do that, like, and they don't understand that. They think I'm ass. Also, my mom's like,
a different it's a different generation of where they're coming from. They think that if you're working, you need to have something. You need to have a physical currency to back it. Not knowing that, I said another line. I said my overnight success come from years of hard work. Right. I could tell you a million stories of Greyhounds, couches, floors I've slept on, shows I've gotten fucked over, like, just to get to this point of sitting here with you, like, just to get here, the good, the bad, the ugly. You know, it's like, if you're not willing, if you look at every great comic, you know, like
the comic norm is 10 years of work.
No, but what's the quote? The quote's not 10 years. The quote is 10,000 hours to mastery. What my quote was, when I saw that, I said, no, 100,000 hours to mastery. Because if everyone's aiming for 10,000, now what I said earlier, dope, great. If we put that on a scale, many can be dope, only few can be great. I'm willing to, and people will, what's the word I'm looking for? People will coast just to stay dope, and they won't take that risk to be great, knowing that if you take that risk, if you try to jump, you could fall and never get back up. And I feel that I've taken that jump many times, and there's been times where I'm holding on with one hand, and there's been times where I thought I fell, but I didn't fall, but I did. But maybe in my mind I did. But it's just like,
it's because it can be frustrating, bro. It can be frustrating because
isn't anything though if you fail at it?
It's true, and I think a lot of it has to do with work ethic. But what can be frustrating is that like for example, for me, I'll make an example out of myself. I've only been a stand-up comedian for, it'll be 2 years in March, right? Within that 2 years, when I first started, nobody would book me. And then I talked to a local comic, and they're like, no, you can't get booked until you have at least 2 years of open mics under your belt. And I was like, nah, fuck that. If no one's going to book me, I'm going to book myself. I'll search out the venue. I'll pretend that I'm a big-name comic to the venue and lie to them, and they'll give me a show. And I did that, right, within, like, the first month of doing comedy. And then I started getting booked because people wanted to be on my show. So to be on my show, they would book me on their show so that I can return the favor. But little did they know that I wasn't, that's not how I navigate.
You faked it till you made it.
That's not how I navigate. Like, if you have a show, but I don't think you're funny, just because you put me on your show, I'm not going to put you on my show. And that made, a lot of comics were like, you're fucking with the rules of comedy. You're not going through all these.
So it's meaning like you got to play nice no matter what.
And I was never like that. I'm like, honestly, like, thanks for the opportunity. I love being on that show, and I love showing what I can do.
But you're not good enough for my shit.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, I'll give you an opportunity, but you fuck it up once. Like, if you're not funny, like, I'm not going to fuck with you. And a lot of people never got talked to like that in the comedy scene because everybody's patting each other on the back, sucking each other's dicks, and finger popping each other's assholes. And I'm just not that guy. Like, and so, like, it caused a lot of turbulence. But within those 2 years, I've basically already done every book show that you can possibly do in Tucson. So the only shows I haven't done is the ones that have not been created yet. And so every other show that I would be on, it would either be the first time that show's ever made, or I've already done it second to third time. I've already been doing guest spots at Laughs, which is the big comedy show. I've hosted the weekend at Laughs, which is like peak Tucson comedy. And I'm not even 2 years in. So, like, I already kind of outgrew this space in 2 years. And honestly, like, I'm not that funny, but I just get in people's faces.
I wouldn't say No, I would say you have to acknowledge that you are funny because you clearly have to be funny to do what you do, and to be disruptive like that takes a set of just like balls, but it takes a set of like confidence in yourself to be disruptive.
Well, see, that's the problem is that I have like this.
I don't have any balls. No, I'm kidding.
I got one left, but it's big. It's like the size of two, so it's a compensation.
If we were to break them down, it would be.
If you were
you know what I'm saying?
I'd probably have 4 balls if anything. But but nah, like I spent a lot of time hating myself as a teenager and in early 20s. You know, like, oh, the world hates me and I'm always alone and all that bullshit. And like I spent this period of time showing myself how to love myself. But then I did that too much, and now I think that like my shit doesn't stink, and I'm just this like narcissistic fucking train running people over.
There's one thing like me, like I learned how to be a host of a show. I learned how to be an MC, and I learned how to like be an event curator, where it's like know when to be funny, know when to step back, know when to just introduce the next act. Because sometimes you could talk too much, trying to do this. Sometimes you could do this too much. Sometimes you could do that too much. But if I wouldn't say it's delusional confidence, because it's like maybe it's a little cockiness, but it's like if you believe in yourself that much, what's so delusional about it? Now, what's delusional is the fact that like no one else believes it.
See, I've never told this to anybody. You're about to find out how delusional I am. All right, you're about to see how narcissistic.
Let's see if you're as narcissistic as I am,
bro. Okay, so like I'm over here thinking like, why? And this is gonna go with what you wanted to talk about earlier. Like, I'll sit there literally like on my threads or my Twitter, and I'll scroll all the way down to like when I first started on threads or Twitter, and I'll sit there for like an hour reading all my tweets and laughing to myself and telling myself, I'm fucking hilarious. Why does this only have 2 likes? I'll sit there and watch my reels and do that. I do cleaning for a living. That's like my day job.
Yeah.
I'll sit there and I put all of my episodes on a playlist, and I'll watch every episode from start to finish. That's all the media that I consume. Every piece of media that I consume is my own media or the people that I want to have.
Bro, you like Kanye? He's like, I want to be in a room full of mirrors so I could be surrounded by winners.
Right, and I already have to put a mirror on the floor just to see my dick.
So I agree with you because I personally feel the same way. Where it's like
narcissistic guy.
No, I agree with you because I feel the same way. Where it's like I do this thing. And me and my homies do. We're like we have our own music. This is what I learned. I have my own music studio. The reason I have my own music studio is because if I want to wake up at 2 a.m. and go record, I can go record. I don't have to call somebody and be like, oh, can I get in the studio? No, I got my own shit. So my thing is like on the way here, I told you about my long travels here. I listened to like 40 songs that we recorded in the past 3 months. I'm on the airplane like, you're the fucking best. Like, are you fucking kidding?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, are you? And the song's not even mixed yet. The songs aren't even mixed. I still got to go in, re-record my verse. I got to drop layers and all that. But as I'm listening to it, you know what's selling me? I believe myself. I believe my homies.
You believe in yourself.
My homies are saying shit, going round after round, fucking on the. And I'm like, I believe it so much that I'm on the fucking airplane while this fucking stewardess is putting a fucking oxygen mask. I'm fucking jamming in my shit. It's fucking 6 a.m. She don't even know what to say to me, bitch. I've been on an airplane 1,000 times. There's nothing you can tell me. But you can't take me out of this moment that I'm hearing this. Because what I do is this. I'll record something, but I won't listen to it for like a week. So like when I hear it, it's fresh ears. I'm not biased. Because if it sucks, I'm going to be like, fucking trash. But when I like feel myself, I'm like, oh man, I'm in the fucking pocket. Like no one can tell me shit. Why wouldn't you have that confidence in yourself? Now, if you have it and you don't make progress, because it sounds like you've made a lot of progress with this blind, delusional belief in yourself. It's not like you told me this shit and you're like, yeah, well, I'm still doing the same shows. No, you literally told me that you ran through the Tucson scene. I could tell you the same thing. We're like, hey, and I ran through, Chicago, whatever the fucking case may be.
Right.
So as delusional as we are, we proved it. We proved it by doing these things. I
proved it. And see, like a lot of people, like the whole time that I've been in the comedy scene, the reason that I continue to believe it is because my whole time as a comedian, there's only been like at max like 3 or 4 people who tell me that I'm not funny. and it's only been like on 1 or 2 occasions.
And are those people close to you, or are they outside, far from you?
See, one of
This is my mom.
One of them is close to me. One of them is a homie that I got, and
One of them's in this room.
He's
No, I'm kidding.
he's kind of a dick, but it's whatever. He kind of does. Oh yeah, you're not. I get what
cool.
you're doing, but you're
Cool.
not funny. That's not funny to me. And I'm like, all right, you're good.
But that doesn't necessarily mean like you're not funny.
Right.
Though. It's just not
And then
funny to them.
the other 2 people, shout out Connor Hanna. When I first started,
I don't know who that is, but thank you.
it's a local Tucson comic. We did like this roast battle, and he like came out and said like,
You're gay.
oh, the only reason you get, Vizzy's so unfunny that the only reason he gets booked is so that he records your show, and which is true. I'll record.
I didn't
your
even
show.
understand it. What?
Right, like
You're so funny that
I'm so unfunny that the only reason I get booked is so that I can get there and use my equipment to record their show. And then,
hey, come on, fam.
I know. And then which is fine. And, we've had a little turbulent past, me and Connor. I love him to death, though. And then there's this other guy who said it like once or twice because he's seen me bomb twice. One time in Benson and another time in Flagstaff. And so, and literally those are like the only like 2 or 3 times that I've bombed. And those are the only people that I've ever said that I was unfunny.
Now, when you say bomb, like just no laughs, or like you just completely throw your material out the window?
No. Like, I do my set.
Just like you get nothing out of it.
No, I get like scattered laughter and like people. Yeah, like I'll get like a table laughing here, a table laughing there. I've never had no laughs. So I don't know. That's what's grown like that belief in myself, because everybody else that sees it, they're like, oh, you're funny.
That's the name of your special, Delusional. There you go. Delusional.
Yeah, it's a good.
You heard it right here. Timestamp it right here. I need 20%.
It's a good way to describe me. It's delusional.
I mean, I'm from Chicago. Shit, Kanye West was the most delusional person. If you've seen the Genius documentary with Kanye West, I like to put it on in the studio. I like to do what Mac Miller does: watch a movie with the sound off. We have a TV in our studio. I put Netflix on, and I just put the subtitles on, and all day we let movies run. We let documentaries run, and I just watch it. And we had the Genius documentary the other day, and we stopped working, and we turned it up. This man was in the Def Jam office, like, singing hits, and they're just like, so what did you have for breakfast today, Karen, or whatever? And I'm just like, but it's, like, crazy to think that, like, how did you guys not think this was a hit? Like, how did you guys, like, but Kanye clearly had that delusional confidence in himself to be like, I'm the fucking best. Now, obviously, I'm saying there's time he took it very, very far. But
and I feel like
in his prime, he had that delusional confidence that was just like, how could you turn away such genius?
That's how I feel, bro.
No, yeah, exactly.
When I read my own tweets and I watch my own videos, and I'm just like, oh, I'm so fucking funny. How did I think of that? Like, where did that come from, kind of thing? And then it goes into what you were talking about earlier. What you really want to be out here teaching people how to do is how do you make yourself seen? Because all of my content is out there. Everything's getting somewhat views, I got okay numbers, but it's not numbers that are something. They're not numbers that make waves.
Oh yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, I was talking about the marketing aspect of it, where it's like, are you willing to pay someone to do that, and are you willing to research them to make sure it's organic, authentic, or are you willing to do it yourself and learn how to do it? Saying I will gladly admit to you, like, I've done it. I've lost money. I lost money being dumb. I lost money learning. But then now I got to a point where I'm like, oh, this how you do it. But you need the resources behind you. Whether you're the resource, you have a pool of resources. But if you want something, it's out there and you can get it.
Right, and I believe in that because in like 12 episodes, I made 285 reels, anywhere from 30 to like 90 seconds, right? And I've posted all these reels, and they're up there and whatnot. And I guess it's not that I'm unwilling to put money into marketing. It's that, like, I don't have that ability at all, which is cool. Everybody's sometimes gets in that point in their life, and it's fine by me. But the whole thing is, like, I've put out like over almost 300 reels, and all that's given me is 3,000 followers on TikTok. Like, it's like really slow, 500 to 1,000 views a video, and 500 to 1,000 views is okay, but not really. And then it's like, oh, but you're only getting like 15, 16 likes.
But also, can't live off that. So it's like, what are you doing in real life that's just as powerful as that? You know, like that's why I tell people. It's like, I mean, you could drop a song and I only have 200 plays on it, but I just did 20 shows around the country where I performed it in front of 800 people, and now it helped to get up. Like, you have to clearly figure out what's the formula that you're gonna use to do it. Like, for example, what I told you earlier, Urban, that fucking huge ass compound, they got that dope shit in the back that said Tucson, right? So what I tell you, I said, man, bro. Oh, even I told Cruz, I said, April 11th, we're not gonna do a night show. We're gonna do an afternoon show. We're gonna do a 3 to 7. We're gonna do a 2 to 6. So that way people can go out after. But what are they gonna do? Every time someone steps off that stage, walk through that bonsai hallway, and in the back, Busy's gonna be sitting right there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But now you're doing in-person things in the moment, fresh off stuff. Like, where are you gonna find your advantages? Where are you gonna find like where you could shine?
Exactly. And I'm open to all of those ideas. That's why I try so much new things. Like, you know, I don't stick to. I have an idea of what I want the show to be, but I don't necessarily stick to that. I try to like. I'm throwing shit at the wall, trying to see what works, what doesn't. I'm only 18 episodes in. I'm not like...
Yeah, it's fresh.
You know, it's stupid fresh. Like, it's like...
Still a baby.
It's like, it's undiscovered media at this point. And, like, I get excited because my first, like, 3 videos, I got 80 views, you know. But
that's still a lot. People don't realize
80 people watching an hour and a half.
I tell people, every time you have views, no matter how many, put them in a room. In your mind, put them in a room. How many people? 300 views. Put them in a room. And
then like episode between like 5 and 8, all of my shit started getting like 100, 150, and then like between like episode 10 and 12, I started getting into 200s. The most recent episode that almost got to 400, I think it was episode 15. So I'm like, I mean, I see the progress, but then. Like you said, put all those people in the room seems crazy, but then you put all those people on the internet, 300.
That's because you're letting outside perspectives influence. He only has 300.
But it's influenced my expectation, but my expectation is very personal. So like, I don't show that to anybody. I don't tell anybody that when I get hit up by an artist or something like. You know, I play the part. I play the delusional part. I'm like, hell yeah, come on the show. I'm busy. I do this, and that. And in my hopes, in my mind, I'm talking to them and I'm trying to get people on. And like, I tell people like, oh, you want to be on my show? Like, you know, I'm out there like expanding and trying to get people on. And the whole time in the back of my head, my mind's telling me, just please don't let these people open up my YouTube channel, see 300 views, and then tell me to fuck off. No, and it never happened. It hasn't happened yet.
You know why? Because guess what? Open up their shit and see what they don't even got close to that shit. People try to act like they're bigger than what they are, and they're not. They are not. And I don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, numbers. I want my numbers to be up and all that shit. But like, listen, I know people with numbers 20 times bigger than me have never stepped foot in Tucson, New Orleans, Denver. Fucking South America, they're never gonna step foot anywhere I've ever stepped foot, but they got bigger numbers than me. At the end of the road, you can't fake the funk.
Yeah.
Because when the big dogs, people who want to come with big money, when they put you on the spot, they put me on the spot versus the guy who, this guy got. Well, guess what? He ain't performing in front of 900 people in fucking 6 months like I have. He ain't holding the mic. He can't even hold the mic. He don't perform. His performance is trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many factors that go into it that you can't let those numbers manipulate your confidence.
Which was going to be my question to you, since we're all being so open and honest. What was your motivation behind hitting me up and being like, hey, like you want?
I saw everybody else in the Tucson scene here. That
was it.
I saw. Well, like that, I saw people who were like, who did the Eyez On The Prize, the first one, were here, and like this same background kept getting shared. So like I kept seeing it. Like, I saw Remedy Ray on there. Cruz is on there. Then you shared the one with Nene, like, and then some other art like
Danny Waves' episode comes
Danny
out.
Waves, him too. So it's like where you guys
Forest Fire.
Where you guys talked about like not only as prize, but you guys talked about music, but it's just like you kept I mean, and this is, I only threw one show, and in the one show I threw, I already saw like 4 or 5 artists that I worked with that you had on here. So I was like, well, something must be going on that this guy's doing, that he's in tune with, you know what I'm saying, the culture of whatever the Tucson hip hop scene is. And you said in that one episode, you're like, I think you said it with Atari, you were like, doesn't matter, you're an artist, you're a barber, that's why I said it to the vendors today. Vendors, you're a tattoo artist,
all creative media.
Slayed by Sally, she's doing manicures, you know, and then in the back they're doing, you know, fucking natural mango juice, like. Yeah, and then she's got then Mere Magic's doing what is it? What'd you get? You got candles and bath bombs and shit like that. Like you're not just closing the window to be like, oh, I'm only doing it for
had
rappers.
A dog breeder on before. See, like
how do dogs fuck? You know?
They gave us a little demonstration, but that's on the Patreon.
With you or no? Kidding.
Dude, I had to get them paw prints tattooed on my ass afterwards, but it's not a wild tattoo. That's a wild tattoo.
You naughty boy. Okay.
Good boy.
But that's just like, you just got to put in the work, man. And then like, I think like, especially with like the way the world is going with AI and all that, it's like human connection is going to be needed more than ever.
So that goes to show you the 285 reels that I made in an ADHD zone that I was in, you know, acting ridiculous. I put them all out there, and I thought I was like, oh, I'm going crazy. Like, I'm posting 4 reels
I'm the man.
No, I was thinking bad. I was like, I'm posting 4 or 5 reels a day. Like, I'm going to burn all these people out on my content, not knowing that everybody's seeing this background so much is what, like, gets it in their head. Like, oh, something must be going on.
Shout out to LaRusso. He said, don't be ashamed of... He's like, why would you be ashamed of the business you're pushing? People push their product every day. Why not push your podcast? Why not push your
people put
artistry?
their ugly-ass babies on Facebook. Why not?
People have OnlyFans and push their feed and whatever the fucking case may be.
I've sold feet pics before. That's the road
I bought them. No, okay.
That's the road I don't want to go down again, but my feet are beautiful, if you must know.
I don't want to know.
Why'd you look down?
I wanted to see if he was like here in sandals. I was like, wait a second.
Nah, I'm not wearing no open-toed shoes.
That's episode 2 when you
gotta
come
pay
back.
for that.
That's the Patreon episode.
It would be unfair to my paid viewers, but but just fucking around with all that. Like, I have a belief that like what I'm doing is not for no reason, right? Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people get stuck in like thinking that they're wasting their time. Have you, in all the time that you've been making music and being putting on shows, have you ever felt like you've been wasting your time?
There was peaks and moments where I thought I was, and then something will happen where someone in the crowd will message me or maybe pull me aside, and it won't even be like an artist. It would be just like a normal person that just comes to shows and they share their experience with me, and it's like, then it reminds me of like why I do it. Like sometimes we're so worried about like I need to please 50 people, but like if you change the lives of like 3 or 4, like that can be just as powerful as the 50 people that saw you. You know, it goes back to the views thing. Like, oh, 80 views ain't shit. 80 views is shit, but someone might have looked at your shit 80 times, but did you change 80 lives, or did you know what I'm saying? Like, the impact of the lives you change, the impact of the inspiration. Like, I've had people come up, like, tell me, like, they're inspired by it, and, like, and they tell me during times where I'm like, fuck, I should have promoted more, I should have done this, I should have booked this artist, he would have brought more people. It's like, it's not about bringing more people, it's about, like, who can you impact, and who will it last with? Because you can go to a show today, and then you go to a show tomorrow, and you already forgot about the show yesterday. Yeah,
because at the end of the day, it's passion that drives it, so if you're able to share your passion with even just one person, it's going to motivate you. It's going to change your mind. It's going to tell you that you're headed in the right direction.
Absolutely. And just people get caught up in the clout and the chase and all that. And that's just, to me, that's just secondary. Like, yeah, that's like dessert. Like, focus on like dinner. Like, focus on cooking dinner. Like, you're over here trying to eat the ice cream already. Like,
or is that like as a kid, like, you know, you're debating, well, what's my favorite dinosaur? I don't know. And then you think you know what your favorite dinosaur is, and you show somebody, and then they're like, oh, yeah, that one's cool. It's my favorite. But did you see this one? Yeah, yeah. And you're just like, oh, then I made the right choice. Or they tell you, yeah, that one's cool, but did you see this one? And then now you discover something new.
we want familiarity. Like we want to fit in herds. We want to fit in packs. Like what's another quote? It's like I'm filled with quotes. It's like when they see danger, they hide. Like when the normal see danger, they hide in herds. So like normal people like hide in their herds to try to not get picked out. But someone who wants to rise to the challenge will not run towards the herd. They will run away from it.
Towards the danger.
Yeah, towards the danger type shit, which could be smart or it could be dumb.
Eventually,
so
the goal is to become the danger.
There you go. Or
I'll drink to that.
You want to wrap it up, brother? I don't even know which one's. In Chicago, when we cheer in Chicago, we do this, and then we go to the table, and then we drink.
But hell yeah, man! I like what we talked about. I feel like our conversation was super real.
I feel like this is just part one, and how about maybe so I'll be back. Actually, this is great. So April 11th, I'll be back at Urban where we were at tonight.
Nice.
And then April 12th, I'm back at Brickbox Brewery. I'm back there for the competition. So what I think I'm gonna do, Tucson, I'm gonna give you an alert. I'm coming back bi-monthly, every other month. On Fridays, I'm gonna do a concert at Urban, and Saturdays is gonna be Eyez On The Prize competition. Now,
bi-monthly.
Yeah, so bi-monthly. So now, who gets in on the concert could depend that if you were a participant. Now, the concert is always going to be headlined by the winner of
previous winner.
The winner. But anyone who's underneath that bill could be anybody, not just participants. So I'm doing that. So if you're, and honestly, you know what? Let's throw this out there. I don't always have to host. Maybe we can get a local comic to host. Maybe you could host the next one.
That'd be fun.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or it's like me and a comic.
If a comic host, that's what me and YML were talking about. That episode's unreleased right now, but we were talking about having a comic host a rap, hip hop.
Okay, so let's do this right now. April 12th.
Show.
April 12th, next Eyez On The Prize, hosted by you.
There you go.
April 12th is going to be hosted by you at Brickbox Brewery. I'll be a co-host. And you will be taking the reins.
Let's get it.
And this will be the very first Eyez On The Prize that is hosted by a comedian.
So I have a lot of ideas then, because the same.
Fuck everyone else's song. I'm about to sing this shit right now.
This is a part 1 and part 2.
That is.
Part one is this. Part 2, we'll talk some more shit. Part 3.
Well, I was gonna say so. Okay, so April 10th, I'm doing Denver, and then I'll fly in the 11th. That's a Friday, and then Saturday's the 12th. So we can either do a podcast the 13th where we recap the entire weekend, or we do a pre-recording about how we think the weekend's gonna go, and then we'll do then we'll wrap it up with
did it go the way
how did it go that we thought it was went. Rewind the tape. This
is the part where Rhymster gets shot. Now, it wasn't entirely the shooter's fault. Rhymster had a lot to do with it, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, maybe next time the guest to our little thing going on here is an Eyez On The Prize person and your co-host on the show.
Yeah. Oh, also, I'm coming with my gang in April. Like, I'm coming with my squad. Like, I've been coming out here solo, but the next time, like, I'm coming with my guys. Was it whoever? Yeah. Well, maybe if we do it the 13th, whoever's gonna win that championship bout, we'd be like, "Yo, you're gonna come."
Come do something on the show.
Because what I want to treat it like boxing now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to treat it like,
yay.
I want to put Canelo versus Crawford type shit. Like, I am the Saudi prince with the money, but I'm also Canelo at the same time. That's how I feel. I'm the one that can make it happen, but I'm also the one that can get in the ring and do it. So let me give y'all some acapellas. I haven't seen nobody do some acapellas on it.
Let's do some acapellas, dog. And you know what?
Give me the acapella. What did you say?
Acapella?
No, but what did you say earlier? Red something.
Oh, red rose, white ceilings. Red rose, white ceilings.
Red rose, white ceilings. No, actually, I said it. This is one of my.
No body, no casket, just blood spilling.
Look. They can't beat him, they can't knock him. I'm the head of the cupola, dog. Rough Riders on their TVs beat you for Swiss. Get at me, dog. Enjoy this last meal, stepped outside, turn them to Castellano. Run this shit longer than Harvey hosting the Apollo. My security got security. My mental status on POTUS. Downfalls come when you lose focus. If you live by the dirt, you gon' die by the shovel. Outstanding Warman's got more than a couple. I ain't looking at you, looking through you. I ain't phased. I'm like Freddy, get the Fetty, eat Alfredo, crime pays. Can't clean the floors with dirty water. Watch me make it holy. They wanna take me from the garden. I ain't Charles Oakley. This come back full circle like Snoop Dogg buying death row. Life like Chicago. One day it be spring, the next is snow. Halle Berry, hallelujah, money trees everywhere. Ayy, see what happens when you poke the bear. Ooh, I forgot that one halfway through. All right, so much shit. It's just like. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I got another one in my head. I'll give you half of this one because this is unreleased.
All right, let's get it. It's exclusive here.
I don't want to give too much. I don't want to give too much.
Being different.
What I said, I memorized all my shit, so forgive me if it's a little cloud. I said, I'm not a killer, but I can be if I needed to. Wait a minute, got a list of careers to kill. Don't care if they was homies too. Learn from Durkee, yo, don't hide. Goofies do it on your own. Unsagati, yo, who don't care if you at work or in your home. Go Cooper flag, got every pro team in the lid here scouting me. Middle finger to my step, hop in his grave if he proud of me. Raised by a psychopath and narcissist, now past the fifth. Rhymes really the chosen one, like hoodie on, I'm going Sith. Wouldn't bat your kneecaps for the envious that just can't stand it. Thought they had to drop on me, but didn't know that's how I planned it. Deadly with my focus, don't chase Wildcats, no Villanova. Guess I got two options, target on my back or chip on shoulder. If I'm in the sea, you'll see a monster human turn to cracking. No more in the wild walking with the coaches, no unpacking. Roaches scatter when you hit the lights, turn them on quick. He thought he was colder till he met the ice pick. My drive give her fantasies of how to ride my stick. Shake this shit up, shake the world of my impact, too seismic. Man on fire like I'm John Creasy. Pressure routes like a top-notch CB. Conquer like I'm Alexander and Napoleon. Goddamn, drop a bomb like 1945. Little boy, yeah, fat man. Dope inside my DNA. It's like my granny named Griselda. You gon' need more than a shield and sword. Don't care if you Zelda. Ooh, I got a whole nother part for that, but I'm gonna stop it. Hey. I'll tell you this before I go.
Let me know.
I got 15 projects dropping this year. 15.
And you want to come here bi-monthly.
Not just here. I'm coming.
Everywhere,
I'm coming here. Denver, New Orleans. I'm working on other places, but my main places that I'm gonna be here bi-monthly this year is Tucson, Phoenix, Denver, Chicago, Milwaukee, and New Orleans. So those are the ones that I'm gonna, focus my chips on and my eggs on because I truly believe like a place like Tucson has a lot of gold here and it's just waiting to be mined.
There you go.
Damn, that's
the same way that I feel about Tucson.
That was beautiful.
And I appreciate the love that you have for the city. I appreciate that you take us into account. I appreciate you taking the time to be here, man. It's a late one. We have you here. It's a late show. You decided to just power through it.
Shit, shout out to you for saying, hey, you want to do it after the show? I was like, shit, come on, let's go.
Let's do it.
Shit, let's make it happen. We drove out all the way to where the hills have eyes, but
to the boonies.
You know what I'm saying? To the boonies, but we here.
He saw stars for the first time as a Chicago native.
Yeah, because the stars in Chicago ain't real. They're not real. Some crackhead is holding up a star and shit. That's how it is in Chicago.
I love this. I love the crackhead stars.
but whenever this comes out, this is a PSA to any Arizona artist, Phoenix, Tucson, comic.
I can actually tell you exactly when this episode is coming out, brother.
You let me know, but I'm gonna either hit Vizzy up. Hey, what did you say? 2 Z's and what? 2 Z's and 2 C's.
2 Z's
That's
and
Vizzy
2 C's.
thick with 2 Z's and 2 C's. Yeah. Say with some zesty shit. But yeah, man, shit. I'm here. Right. If you want to perform, let me know. Hit up Cruz. Hit up Vizzy. Let's have a good time, man.
February 22nd is when this episode will be.
Why did I think that was so far? I'm like, February 22nd? That's like 6 months from now. No.
No, it's like 3 weeks.
All right, bet. Well, shit. Let's do it. And then I'm back in April. He's hosting April 12th.
April 12th, Eyez On The Prize. Get ready for that one. Hit me up. You already know. We got the Rhymster out here.
Rhythm Star.
Rymster. And then, hey, shout out to YML.
Shout out to Rim Job Master.
Shout out to Ramrod, Rip Master, Rim Job. We love them all, man. Everything that has to do with the ass, we love it.
Hey, shout out Nene for the hat, bro.
Shout out Nene for the hat. Hey, and shout out Chepe for the hat. He gave me another hat that was just as nice with his logo on it. So shout out Chepe from Lucky Row. And
I might go there and shop tomorrow. I might have to go there and shop tomorrow. We'll see.
Let's do it.
Going to the show tomorrow?
I'm coming to the show tomorrow. What are we doing tomorrow? We at Brick Box Brewery.
Brick Box Brewery.
BBB. Big Back. You know what? They commented on that and they said Big Back Brewery. And I was like, you motherfuckers. But I love it. They roasted the fuck of me, but I love it.
Big Back Brewery.
With that being
Sponsored by
said,
Rick Ross.
thank you for coming on, dog. Thank you for
I
putting
can't
on
wait
the
to come
show.
back in April. This is going to be so much fun.
And we hanging
doing
out.
this live. So April 11th, we're going to do this from Urban. And then April 12th,
From
you're
Urban.
going to host.
Let's do it. Yeah. Well, we out of here. We're about mission completed. Chilling.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Here we win again. Another episode of the Wayback, Throwback, Kickback.
Down the drain. And
Along
we're-
with all of our other shit.
Yeah.
Thank you to our special guest, Edrn Nault, for dropping by. That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was very interesting.
A lot of hot poop
I feel
talk.
like
A lot of hot poop talk.
I feel like that's the most that I've laughed with the guests so far. So a contender for one of our awards.
It's him and Wacko right now.
Certainly.
Well, no,
Wacko had
Wacko's
some
out of it
moments.
because he was last year.
Last
so-
year.
No, okay,
2020.
yeah. So, yeah,
Wacko.
this year, absolutely. Okay.
Leader in the club.
And welcome back, me and Jordan. No.
Welcome back, Jordan, this guy.
for co-host of the year.
I do want to give a big shout out and appreciation to Rhymster for taking
Fire.
the time after his event to come in and do it all the way till 3 a.m.
Goddamn.
Wow.
Yeah, it was one of those. So we started at 12 because we went to the event first, and it was a lot of fun. We got it was the first time in a long since high school that I've drank Budweiser.
Budweiser.
It was a good time for a long time.
Wow. One of those, a classic kickback throwback.
Yeah, classic kickback moment when we're here for 8 hours.
Oh my goodness. Those were the best times.
Yeah, Jordan, you remember.
Baptism by fire. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Trial by stone.
Well, I had a lot of fun this episode.
Yeah,
How you guys
absolutely.
doing? Yeah. I'm
Starting,
glad to have you
starting
guys back.
February strong, right? Is this our first February? No, we already
No,
had one.
no,
Fuck
we've had a
that.
few.
Fuck you, calendar.
I'm not sure I remember. This episode will come out in February
Hey,
still, so it
and-
might be the last one in February.
Oh,
Ending
yeah.
February
Happy
strong.
Black History Month, brothers.
I know that Tony
Brother.
looks dark, all right?
Yeah.
Like, he's lucky he's blind because if he wasn't, then he'd think his dick fell off every time he took a shit.
I don't know what that means, but I'll take
I
it.
feel like he
Because
writes
of your
these.
dark.
Okay, gotcha.
So you see a turd in the toilet and you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's your dick.
Ah,
And,
I see.
my dick
That
fell
would be
off."
terrifying.
Got it.
Kafka-esque. God damn it. Okay. Well.
Oh, well.
Well, till next time, fellas,
Till next
ladies.
time, thank you for watching and watch these next videos and watch our playlist and do whatever you can with your life.
Yep.
Okay, bye.